Got so much I need to cover. All the lies I lied, been with me for too long. Got a chance to start over. Disguise the man I was, correct what I did wrong. You got a glimpse, and you can't resist, luring you in closer. I guess I got a jinx. You want an honest man, but you don't understand. I won't be here when you wake up again. You want an honest man, but you don't understand. I won't be here when you wake up again. You want an honest man, but you don't understand. I won't be here when you wake up again. You want an honest man, but you don't understand. I won't be here when you wake up again. You want an honest man, but you don't understand. I won't be here when you wake up again.
out the story to another day. One night tells the next what he knows. Nobody hears their voice, yet what they say goes. Nobody hears their voice, yet what they say goes. I can feel the heat, I can feel the heat. It makes me feel alive again. I can feel the heat, I can feel the heat. My eyes are open wide again. The lines they speak to us, the colors that cover us. Sun rises in light of my mistakes, follows its course to the other end. Nobody hears their voice, yet what they say goes. Nobody hears their voice, yet what they say goes. I can feel the heat, I can feel the heat. It makes me feel alive again. I can feel the heat, I can feel the heat. My eyes are open wide again. Everything under the sun, everything under the stars knows who it is, knows who to call on. Everything under the sun, everything under the stars knows who it is, knows who to call. I can feel the heat, I can feel the heat. I can feel the heat, I can feel the heat. I can feel the heat, I can feel the heat. I can feel the heat, I can feel the heat. I can feel the heat, I can feel the heat. It makes me feel alive again. I can feel the heat, I can feel the heat. My eyes are open wide again. Can you feel it? Can you feel it now? Feel it now. Oh, I feel it. I feel it now.
The road ahead, it twists and turns, and the sun it beats down and it burns. But I keep on pushing through. And every step quicker than the last, my feet tread down this beaten path, and I keep on pushing through. 'Cause I get up. Shit's better with the lights out. Shit's better with the lights out. La 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 la.
la 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 la. The second round's the best. The moves get more complex. The way our bodies moving, syncopation feels the best. Come with me, hands you won't wanna leave. Put your body all over me. Want it? I got it, but you gotta come and get it. Don't be scared or panic. I'm kind of easy. Bang, boom, gonna get you to my room. Waiting for you to take it. I don't care what anyone says, but you better with the lights out. It's better with the lights out. My name's hella for it and I'm the boss. You asked for it, now kinda take it off. I'll never get you as you head down south. Now show me how you use that mouth. Toxic odds here to knock your socks off. Here to tell you it's better with the lights out. Bang, bang, boom, I'll take it in my room. I told you, bitch, it's better with the lights out. Want it? I got it, but you gotta come and get it. Don't be scared or panic. I'm kind of easy. Bang, boom, gonna get you to my room. Waiting for you to take me on down the river where the kids can't find a red-handed sinner. On where the grave can cry out. 'Cause I done wrong. Down the river with a hand on a Colt and a finger on the trigger. And long before dawn they try to find me. So take me on down. But take me on down. I never saw him coming on the boarding planks now. Staring down a barrel at point blank range. I make for the water, jumping off the ledge. But not before I get through to the chest. Now there's blood and water filling up my lungs. Blood and water filling up my lungs. My heart is beating like a fading drum. Lord forgive me, here I come. Take me on down the river where the guilt can't find a red-handed sinner. On where the grave can't cry out. 'Cause I done wrong. Down the river with a hand on a Colt and a finger on the trigger. And long before dawn they tried to
This is my world.
Let's make it count.
I must practice tolerance.
Next.
GSL Season 3. Reversal.
I can never seem to find the right words. I guess it's still the way the world turns. You break me, forsake me, and show me everything that I can never be. It still hurts.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Group D of the round of 16 of the GSL Code S. By the way, for those of you who made it to the studio, thank you. Welcome. There is a typhoon outside.
Yeah,
It is the end of the world outside.
it's
Nothing is coming.
Yeah, the rain hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
I believe it's supposed to start any time now. But
Yes.
yeah, a typhoon, from my understanding, is what you call a hurricane that's in the Pacific Ocean. Right?
Yeah, why do they have different names for that in
I
different
don't know.
oceans?
You know, West Coast, East Coast, the rivalry. They gotta have different storm names.
Oh my God, I actually wasn't ready for that. That's pretty good. Yeah, yeah. Why? It's a typhoon if it's in the Pacific,
And it's
but
a
it's
hurricane.
a hurricane if it's in the Atlantic.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it not possible to have a hurricane anywhere?
No, it's the same thing. As
You can't
far as
have
I
one
know,
in,
it's
like, the Indian
exactly the
Ocean?
same thing. Oh, what do they call that?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Can
right
you
there.
not have a hurricane
Maybe
or
that's
a
a typhoon
typhoon
as
or whatever
well.
in the? I don't know.
And I guess you probably can't have one in the Arctic Ocean, right?
I
That
don't
probably
think you
wouldn't
can.
work. Yeah.
They
That,
freeze.
that area actually, yeah. It just becomes a giant ice cloud, and then it crashes into the Earth, and that's how we got Antarctica.
Yeah.
Now, let's take a look at our bracket. We have only 2 spots remaining here. That top 8 is so insane and also keen. So, a very
excited.
exciting bracket. Like, really, that is a cool-looking bracket.
I want to see how Keen does. It's his first time getting to the round of 8. Apparently, he was in the round of 8. Someone tweeted at me like 8 years ago, but it's sort of a completely different time then. But I do want to see how he performs. I don't expect him to move on from that, but we'll see. We've got a quick video for you guys, and then we're going to start our games.
선수도 이 실리 위주로 해서 이제 높은 곳에 올라가기 위한 준비를 해왔을 것 같은데 어떠세요?
네, 저도 이제 테란 중에 생각을 했는데
네.
령우가 너무 테란을 원해가지고 좀 겹칠 것 같아서
네.
저그나 토스 중에 생각하고 있어요 지금.
저그나 토스 중에 그러면요 저희 이제 추천의 어윤수가 있거든요.
도우 형이 저한테 제 앞길을 가끔 막아서
맞죠.
좀 잘 안 됐으면 좋겠다 싶기도 한데 이제 거의 스타축의 황충이잖아요.
그렇죠, 황충이죠.
네, 그래서 유종의 미를 좀 거둬야 되잖아요.
네.
좀 이번에는 좀 쉽게 갔으면 좋겠고 저는 저그를 좀 추천해주고 싶네요.
누구? 신이범? 신이범?
근데 저도 괜찮은데
와.
만약에 뽑게 되면 윤수가 좀 연습을 도와줄 건지.
윤수가
갑자기요?
갑자기 연습을 도와줄 건지 뽑게 되면은
왜냐면 저그가 많이 없어가지고.
저는 해설자인데요.
원래 토스도 괜찮은 것 같아서.
네.
동준이도 생각을 했는데 되게 싫어하더라고요.
솔직히 신이범 선수 추천해드리고 싶어요.
완전 왜요? 왜? 신이범 왜?
아니 푸푸전 나 형 이길 수 있는데?
그러면 하면 되잖아요.
예.
아니 그냥 좀 대우해주는 거죠.
대우하는 거예요?
이제 군대 가셔야 돼.
군대 가야 되니까. 와, 그래서 신이범이 가장 베스트예요?
예.
신이범 데려가나요? 강민수? 와, 신이범이네요. 네, 최종 선택. 지금 어윤수 선수의 이 계산이 맞아 떨어졌습니다.
요새 성적이 저그전이 잘 나와서 저그 중에 선택을 하려 했는데 희범이도 와도 괜찮다 해가지고 희범이로 골랐어요.
우와,
명우 형한테 피해를 주고 싶지 않아서 토스를 뽑기로 했습니다.
그래요?
네.
권력 앞에 고개 숙이는 거예요?
그건 아니고요. 제 입장으로서도 토스가 좋아요.
입장으로서?
네.
지금 남은 멤버들이 다들 좀 쟁쟁하기 때문에 선택하기 좀 쉽진 않을 것 같고 토스 중에서 뽑자면 백동준, 주성욱인데
둘 중에 누구 뽑겠어요? 같은 저거 입장으로.
저라면 백동준.
무조건 백동준?
아까 인터뷰에서 저그를 좀 무서워하더라고요.
예.
그렇기 때문에 백동준이 괜찮을 것 같아요.
신이범 선수 여기서 좀 조언이 좀 됐습니까? 굉장히 유명한 강사거든요. 예.
너무 도움 됐는데 사실 그거 듣기 전부터 생각하고 있었어요.
저도 저조는 상관은 없는데 저 디조가 이제 마지막 게 선택권이 없잖아요.
네.
그래서 아마 경렬이나 준호 형이 올 것 같아서 이게 좀 짜증 나네요.
스페셜?
You need to choose me, man.
You
You can't say trash on the video and then don't pick me. In the video he says so much bad stuff about me, how I'm bad and blah blah blah, and then he doesn't choose me. You can't do that.
쉬는 시간에도 계속 저한테 와가지고 뽑아달라 하더라고요. 근데 안 들었어요.
안 들었어요?
네. 그냥 무시하려고요.
그냥 무시하려고요?
네.
그러면 신이범 선수, 김도우 선수 이야기는 잘 된 거예요?
완벽해요.
완벽해요?
네.
알겠습니다. 마음이 결정 끝났습니다. 누군가요? 누굴 데리고 오나요? 신이범?
이미 정했으면 프로토스.
네, 누군가 백동준이네요.
이게 너무 마음이 일치하는데요.
네.
결과?
어윤수 선수 거의 픽률 100%예요.
뭐 이거는 예상했던 일이고 이제 뒤에 남는 사람이 중요할 것 같아요. 개인적으로는 그래도 준호 형이 왔으면 좋겠어요 오히려.
자, 최종 선택 김대현 선수 어떤 선수를 고를 것인가? 이병렬이에요. 그룹 C에는 이병렬 선수가 가게 됐고 그룹 D에는 주성욱 선수 원하던.
네, 마지막까지 살아남을 줄 상상도 못했는데 좀 마지막에 남은 게 좀 신기하고
네.
좀 대협이한테 저그전이나 뭐 그런 거 좀 뭐 많이 공유해야 될 것 같아요.
네, 알겠습니다. 자, 이렇게 해서 최종 대진표가 지금 완성이 됐습니다. 와, 진짜 시그룹 죽음의 조 완성됐거든요.
All right, 3 Protosses and a Zerg. I'm curious to see how RagnaroK's going to perform today. I mean, it has to be pointed out that he has one matchup he had to practice for.
That is true. That is true. Who do you think emerges from this group, Tasis?
I just say classic 100%, and then I don't know who.
Okay, so it's actually going to be RagnaroK and Zest.
You were saying this before the show. You're so crazy, Artosis.
Why am I crazy?
You're so crazy.
You don't think it's going to be Zest, who's won more championships in GSL than
You
everyone
always
else?
think it's going to be Zest, and it hasn't been in a long time.
Okay, so listen.
Yeah.
The pro gamers chose him last in the group stage.
Yeah.
You think that means nothing?
I am not as concerned about that.
Okay, listen,
part
I
of
can be wrong. Pro gamers can be wrong. When pro gamers and Artosis agree, it's never wrong. Okay? So Zest will be getting out of this group alongside RagnaroK.
RagnaroK might get out. You know, Zest might get out too. I just don't. I find it just so hard to call. And Deer is so inconsistent. I mean, I have
He's
a
almost
very,
consistently inconsistent.
Yes, he is always all over the place. And so I just sort of, I'm not sure what to expect. I guess we're gonna have to see how Deer's games go. But
oh no, Steven Seagal broke his neck. Oh, never mind. Damn.
He did look like for a second like a puppet that had his strings cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking very docile right now.
Okay, so let me say this, right?
Yes.
Classic can't go to BlizzCon. He had a great first part of this year, and he was killing it and looking like the strongest. I feel personally like he's falling off a little bit. I think it's hard to keep up your motivation at this point because what is he actually playing for, right? Like another championship. I'm sure he wants it, but it's like military's around the corner. You don't have that world championship to play for, unfortunately. Whereas RagnaroK is on the up and up. And he has the Infestor unit, which is so good.
Okay, our game is loaded up. It's going to be on King's Cove. Let's go.
We're getting there, Tasteless.
Oh, yeah, we're almost to 4,000. I wasn't looking at the screen, but you're right.
Classic.
And as you know, when we get to 4,000, the world ends. So,
by the Mayan calendar.
Yes, we're going by the Mayan calendar
so
here.
we're not entirely sure.
Chivo, RagnaroK.
The Mayans, of course, huge fans of the GSL.
You know, anytime you get a year with a lot of zeros in it, you know the world's going to end because the universe is concerned with that.
Well, the universe likes round numbers.
It does, yes.
Especially when it's based off, you know, arbitrary rotations of the Earth around the sun.
Yes. When you were really young, did you have what was that called? Y2K? Was there a scare in your family or neighborhood?
No, I remember my mom filled up a bunch of old milk jugs with water and put them outside of our door. But that was it.
That is
nothing.
pretty cringy, though. That is.
Yeah, but I mean, it takes like 3 seconds to do, right? It's
that's
like just
true.
it's like old jugs, and she's like, well, may
like
as
she
well.
took out a loan from the bank and just bought bullets or something. But
you don't even have a gun.
Y2K was the belief that in the year 2000 all the electronic equipment would fail and planes would fall out of the sky.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't happen.
From Bulgaria, welcome.
Kanye would cheer for
RagnaroK.
I don't know why, but all right.
Yeah, why not?
No, I do think RagnaroK is going to come out of here and surprise everyone. He's one of the guys that really is playing so much better lately.
Yeah.
He's kind of filled out his later game. He was a very aggressive Zerg for many, many years. Fell off the radar for a little bit. He's come back with some good defensive plays, some good macro plays overall. His kind of everything about him is looking a lot better now. So I'm feeling it, man. I think so. And we saw that my call in the last group was fantastic. Solar Rogue, That was actually the right call, and then Solar lost. That's not my fault. The call itself, though, was
right.
amazing.
You were
I was
correct.
right. I was right, and then Maru, like, somehow in the rematch. Listen, if this was MLG, never would have happened. Extended series never would have happened. Maru would be out.
If it was the way the tournaments were intended to be played.
Yeah.
By the way, we got a Stargate opening here.
Yep. We do.
It's going to be Phoenix's, not Oracle first, actually.
Yeah, get that Phoenix to, I guess, push out the Overlord. I like that against the Speed Overlord anyways.
Yeah,
You're not going to catch him at all with the Oracle. And I feel like, you know, you don't really regret getting the Overlord Speed, I feel. But, you know, making the Phoenix, I feel like this is the last thing you want to scout because there's no real counter. You're like, oh, yeah, Stargate, that's like a pretty good play. You know? It's not like I'm in danger or anything, but now you can kill my Overlord if it stays over here. So that, I guess that was my whole scout.
Okay. And so now, everything's pretty passive to start things off, Artosis.
Yeah. Well, that's what you're going to get with the Overlord Speed plus
yeah, you can't
Phoenix
really.
opener.
The Zerg can't, or excuse me, the Protoss can't do anything until you're able to start to hide what you're doing. Make the Zerg guys, otherwise they're just going to counter what's happening.
Yeah, we'll see if Classic goes for the 3 Oracle play. You know,
it's been pretty popular lately.
Certainly it has been.
He's already getting his 2nd Oracle now.
Some shading around. A decent amount of Lings out here.
Okay, we've got the Robo starting now. So a lot of times Protoss are trying to avoid going into a super late game. They're trying to come in with some type of attack, some type of timing to come in there and then kill the other the Zerg player off. As the Zerg player is in the process, not always, but generally, of just trying to get into a really unstoppable late game.
Mm-hmm. You know, with the I want to mention something, right? Because a lot of times we'd see, like, you know, a Stargate opener and then into Archon drop. It was very, very popular for a long time. But since we've seen, and it hasn't been that long, but since we saw the nerf to pickup range on the Prism, we haven't seen any Archon drops. And I wonder if that's going to continue to be the case. It's just so hard to not lose your Prism to the Queens at this point and still save the Archon. So that was the one thing I was really afraid of when they announced that change, was that Archon drops would go away. And it's like, oh, that's kind of the macro opening for Protoss, right? It's like some light harassment. You don't really get that much done, but you force some roaches, and then you take your 3rd. You're feeling good. But anyways, just going into Immortals. No biggie here.
Yeah, I think we're still going to see some changes in the meta over time. I mean, we're still pretty new into the patch and stuff.
Yeah, certainly.
Excuse me.
Got a little frog in there?
Yeah, I'm a little bit of coffee today. I don't know. Okay, so we go. The 3 Oracles are coming in now, and they're going to target down a handful of drones. Actually loses 1 Oracle.
Yeah, that wasn't the best control. He hit the Queen twice. It seems like he was on attack move, maybe, or something. Like,
yeah, or some kind of misclick there, and almost losing the 2nd Oracle. And when that Oracle is that low, you basically can't do the harass anymore because it's so easy to just shoot it right out of the sky.
I love the Baneling Nest that's being made right now. Shout out to the Baneling Nest.
Shout out to the Baneling's Nest, man.
It was so stupid the other day.
Shout out to the city of Oakland. Like,
yeah. Anyways, I kind of hope that we get to see this, you know, the Roach tech plus Baneling tech. I've really liked that lately, and how it's gone into Spire occasionally.
Yeah.
It's been some cool plays. 3rd Nexus is going to be finishing up here for Classic. Everything looking very standard on his side. But yeah, I really like that kind of tech route right now. I feel like Hydras have gone out of the meta slightly. It looks like he wants to do a Baneling drop. That pairs pretty darn well with the quick Overlord speed.
Yeah, makes sense. So it looks like he's going to have one of those coming up here from the north. And we have 5 gateways coming down now.
Yeah, just kind of powering up.
Yeah, and this is, so far, I mean, a pretty conservative play here. It's going to be the Zerg that's going to come in here with the first possible real swipe. I mean, the Oracles just kill usually a minimal amount of drones, and the game continues on. But he's going to basically try to draw the Protoss' screen away from where the expansions are.
That's like what we're seeing right now. Notice how he's attacking right at that moment.
This is where he's attacking you.
Yeah. And then the Banelings start to drop, but a great pullback right there. Phoenix comes up, a couple Stalkers warping, maybe in the wrong location. Yeah, it doesn't seem
He
like
needs to start unloading that.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Wow. Wow, actually.
Yeah, that was totally fine. And now the other one is coming in here.
Yeah.
Well, Picks him back up. I love it. I love
know.
it. Utilize that full health.
RagnaroK, RagnaroK knows exactly how long he can go for. He tries to drop them out to roll them down, but they can't get controlled quickly enough to not detonate on top of the Stalker.
You know, it wasn't as successful as he was looking for, obviously. That had potential to do a lot more, but I think it was totally fine where it ended up. And it kind of puts the fear of that into you for the rest of the game. You know, Classic is going to have to be looking very carefully at his minimap for those drops. So Aspire is coming up. Baneling Speed on the way. Already has some Ravagers out. Absolutely loving the play here from RagnaroK. But Classic is, I mean, he's making a very scary army right now. You have a lot of Archons that deals with this well.
Yeah, especially if he comes at the right angles here. We want to watch and see if the Ravagers can peg the Warp Prism, as it's going to be used to try to reinforce the army here. But Classic's being pretty careful. He's going to stun. Oh, I'm sorry. He's not going to get the stun off on the workers. Let's see if he gets this one. Okay, not bad. And now the push has started over here, right at the Zerg's 4th base.
Seems like the Archons are in a funny location. I feel like
they're fighting a building.
The wrong army is attacking the wrong thing here for Classic, but that's all right. He gets some good force fields down. His army composition overall is very, very strong right now. And he does eliminate that 4th base. So very strong move from Classic. Definitely taking an advantage right now.
And now he's going to try to push up into the 3rd here. And we have a lot of Banelings making. It looks like he could actually get his Archon close enough to try to hit those. The Banelings connected with the Archons is not an ideal trade here.
Yeah. Looks like, I mean, he's just kind of bashing through at the moment. Not quite enough units here for RagnaroK. More and more Zealots coming out. It seems like this is pretty much the end.
Yeah, I think Classic basically wins with a timing push. Everything went according to plan here.
Yeah, very solid. Very, very solid play here.
GG. Classic takes game 1.
Cool. All right, so RagnaroK's still just warming up for today. This is how you catch the group off guard, Tasteless, is you lose a game like that, just straight up. Straight up. Classic attacks you with a macro build and you die.
Yeah.
And then Classic's like, all right, let's just finish this one off.
I want to go to a movie later.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go into game 2. It's going to be on Thunderbird here. RagnaroK, I mean, he just did not, he was, I guess, too greedy. He did not have the correct army. He was not in the right position to try to take that fight on. I mean, Classic won at the 4th base and decided to continue to push, got through the 3rd, and smashed RagnaroK. We'll see if RagnaroK tries a different technique or opening here in game 2. But for now, Classic looking very solid, I think, as we can all expect, except for Urtosis. Probably going to move out of this group. And that game is loading up now. So RagnaroK versus Classic, game 2 begins now. Let's go.
Talking a lot of trash today, White Bread.
What, you called me white bread?
Yeah, man.
What does that even mean?
Classic.
You with your safe little predictions, you're like, I think the #1 ranked WCS Korea player is going to advance.
In fairness,
thanks,
that is how I predict. I'm like, well, I don't know. I think that guy's the best player. He should win.
Chivo, RagnaroK.
Maybe I'd be a better caster for some of these Battle Royale games where you can just predict whatever the hell you want because no one knows who's
Oh, yeah.
gonna
If
win.
you get it wrong, you're like, well, I don't know, man. There's like 14 teams in the game. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
We can have as many tournaments as we want for this. We're still not going to be sure who's actually best, okay?
So, I guess we just chill.
So here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
PVZ.
PVZ. Takes a little
PVZ.
bit. Yeah. So how are you going to celebrate this Pacific hurricane that we're going to be having today?
Well,
Are you
it's
gonna go
only
out and dance in the rain. Go on your roof and get hit by lightning.
Yes. It's only for today, right? The typhoon's gone tomorrow, right?
Well, I don't know.
Make Firstborn great again. From Austria. I had to be careful because sometimes
you
can think it's Australia.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I mean, usually when weather's like this, I just feel like it's the best time to just stay inside and play video games. And
that's,
you know,
yeah, I always feel like that, but if it's sunny out, sometimes I feel guilt as well, which I don't like.
No. That's why I love it when it's rainy or really cold out, where I'm like, no, it's kind of cozy to stay inside.
Yeah.
Shout outs to moms.
Hey, excellent.
Yeah, I do like it when it's like just rainy out and thundery and I'm inside.
Yeah.
Got some good food and I'm watching a good movie or playing a good game. You know, or on my Ouija board, you know, and just whatever, you know.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
As the thunder strikes, you get to uncover what's happening.
Yeah.
Have you ever used a Ouija board?
No. I would, though. I mean,
we should get one.
We should get one. I heard they work.
Oh, they definitely work.
Haven't
you ever seen a video of them?
No, I haven't.
I've never seen a video of someone using a Ouija board.
Well, I've seen it in movies where there's a bunch of teenagers in a cabin.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you moving it there? I'm not moving it. I'm not moving it.
Yeah, and they aren't either.
Yeah, it's ghosts.
Kind of. Not exactly ghosts, but like kind of ghosts.
Kind of ghosts or spirits, forces.
I feel like we should just get a Ouija board. We can decide who's going to win each match with our Ouija board on our table.
We could use a Ouija board to be about as good as our predictions have been in GSL anyways, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah. I actually get kind of excited when there's like a really big storm that comes in, or like I know it's going to snow and then all the traffic's going to be shut down. I always find that fun.
Yeah, there is something about it.
I've
always had that feeling where I've liked rainy days and stuff because it just kind of like, I'm supposed to do what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I'm justified in playing games now because I can't go out there.
Yeah, and it's very cozy, like water hitting your window or something like that.
Yeah. I do love it. Or did you ever like snow days? Did you get enough snow in New Hampshire that you got snowed in, right?
No, we got snow days.
That's
for
the
sure.
best.
Those are the best. And like a snow day in New Hampshire is like an actual snow day. I don't know what it is in Kansas, Tasteless, but like it means that you can go sledding and build snowmen because there's so much snow.
Well, I would like to, in defense of the state of Kansas, I would like to point out a snow day in Kansas is where you can't get back into your farm and find it because it's so snowy and you die outside.
Really?
Yeah. It's just the snow in Kansas is it piles
stuff.
up. Yeah.
And everything's flat, right? So
everything's flat.
It's got nowhere to go. Like the snow can't just all be on the mountain or something.
Yeah, it's just
There's no mountain.
Yeah, we don't have any mountains. None, not one. So we have Oracles coming out here again. It is also once more a Robo.
Yeah, looks like the same builds.
I think Classic is just going to cookie cutter his that last build into this one, and maybe he'll have the same result. I don't know. I might be wrong on this, but I'm under the impression Classic feels like he's 1,000 times better than RagnaroK, and RagnaroK is just another stepping stone in his path towards moving forward in this tournament.
He chose RagnaroK, so
yeah,
he must think something like that.
And you know, with the GSL group selections, it's kind of like if you're going to mug somebody. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to mug somebody, you're going to pick someone you think you can mug.
Oh! Oh, get wrecked. Yeah, if you're going to
bet.
mug someone, you do pick someone you think you can mug.
Unless you're like some GSLers, like, I want to mug the strongest person in the world. I'm like, well, I just want to steal your wallet. So, yeah, but it is a bit of a mugging. That's why there's some drama in the group selection. It's like, who's picking who? Oh, you think you can clearly beat this guy?
Yeah.
You know?
And then you talk trash and you don't pick up Juan?
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Yeah, what's that all about?
RagnaroK.
And so I feel like, again, this is the mugging then. This is Classic saying, I can take this guy's wallet. I actually don't even have to pull out a gun. I can shout loudly. You know?
That's how I
give me your wallet. Flies out.
Well, for a lot of us, like when I mug someone, I definitely just kind of shout at them to get their wallet, because then if I go to court, it's like I didn't have a weapon. Right?
I have a Snickers bar under my shirt that I use.
Well, I think that counts as a weapon.
Yeah. Well, they think it's a weapon.
Well, even if you use your voice, you're tasteless, so your voice is actually considered a lethal weapon.
Did you guys know Artosis said that if I was one of the X-Men, I would be Banshee? And for those of you who don't know the X-Men, well, Banshee's a guy
He's
whose
the dumbest
superpower
X-Man just about.
is his voice just makes sonic booms.
And he flies by screaming at the ground.
Screaming into the ground. That's me.
Flies by
so
screaming
funny.
at the ground.
I'll be back, Artosis. I jump up and be like, oh, GG, flying through the air.
If I was the X-Man Banshee, I would retreat from Protoss so quick from screaming at them at my monitor all the time. My wheeled chair would fly out into the kitchen. My wife would be like, I see. Yeah, I know what's happening. Oh, we got Mutalisks in this game.
Yeah, different play here from RagnaroK.
A double Robo from RagnaroK. So definitely not what you want against Mutas, as Robo units do not shoot up.
Okay, the Mutas are actually making a beeline right over here to the third base. There's only one cannon here, so we have 6 Stalkers now going to warp in. He's going to have to stay out of range of the Archons.
Yeah, seriously.
Because if you... Mutas are never intended to directly fight Archons.
No, it's the most one-sided thing you can possibly come up with. But look, he's gotten... Well, we'll see how much he ends up getting here. There are quite a few Stalkers that have been warped in. And this is generally something that can help out the Zerg player. It's like an old trick to go Baneling speed along with Mutas, because if you force Stalkers, they can't really fight against like Ling Bane type armies too well. Their DPS isn't that good. It works out well for Zerg. So I like that that Baneling nest is on the way.
Okay, Muta's coming back in here. This is going to keep Protoss pinned inside of his base for a while, but you know these Mutas don't. They're not going to be as helpful if this game goes on for a while. So it's very important that RagnaroK does as much damage as possible over here with these Mutas.
I got to say, I like how
actually,
RagnaroK
he's just
is
still,
doing
he's
this.
actually not stopping. I stand corrected. I'm used to the Zerg players to kind of make a couple to try to trick you, but this is like air attack being upgraded. Mutas are not, he's not hesitating.
And he's doing a very good job. Like, he realizes he has enough Mutas that, like, 3 Phoenixes, for instance, that we have right now.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really matter. You need to make a lot of Phoenixes to actually fight against this if you don't have Phoenix range. And if you do have Phoenix range, that's a lot of micro anyways, so...
It's also important what the Zerg's going to do behind this, because the Protoss can't leave his base. So, as RagnaroK's flying on the map, he is... we actually see that, very nicely done. Takes that out.
Look at this. He's actually killing off a bunch of these units. Gets one of those Phoenixes as well. The Archons actually stuck outside. They don't fit through that hole in the real wall that goes towards the natural. So that is kind of a big deal. Some Hydras being added in right now. The Infestation Pit as well. I love this Mutalist play, Tasteless.
Yeah, it's very cool to see. And now that we see the Zerg is going to be switching into Hydra play here. And that's actually a great move. What he's doing is he's forced out Phoenixes, but Phoenixes are also not great against Hydras. So you're basically controlling what the Protoss' unit composition is. And as the game carries on, RagnaroK's hopes is that he'll basically have a proper counter when it's finally a possibility for Classic to push out. Really nice job on powering that again, by the way.
The micro of RagnaroK against these Phoenixes is very good too. It's all about turning position very quickly to get your shots off. And he's done a good job with that. The Phoenixes look like they want to chase a little bit, but he's staying out of the Archon range and then turning around for his hits. It looks like he's going to bring him back now into his Hydras. But yeah, this has been very well teched by RagnaroK. I do love the Observer that we saw there from Classico. That is little moves like that make such a difference, knowing what's rallying out of that main hatchery. So we're not at that level yet where if you know an Observer's there, you make like certain units out of your main and then different units out everywhere else. We're not.
No,
maybe one day.
That'll be, I think, 9 more years from now.
That'll be on the 18th anniversary of GSL.
Yes, where things are way too advanced.
Yeah. At that point, I'm like, oh, I don't even like this anymore. It's too hard.
Okay, the Mutas come in here, takes out one of those Templars. The Phoenixes are going to go ahead and chase these Mutas down.
Okay, so, wow, that is a hell of a lot of Banelings there.
Okay, I have to say, though, the Banes are not exactly connecting with some of the right targets here, so they're all going to end up hitting these Immortals.
Yeah,
and this is going to allow the Hydras to just roll Classic, and this means we should actually, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think Protoss can survive this.
No way.
There's no way. Wow, RagnaroK with a much better game this time around. I love the view to play, controlling him, and then the follow-up with Hydra Bane was a very easy finisher.
It's a good type of strategy for this map as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's done so much damage at this point. Classic, very, very clearly dead. Kind of the opposite of the previous game.
Right, GG, RagnaroK ties it up 1-1.
Yeah, I told you, he needed a warm-up. That first game...
You were right.
That first game was just, they didn't want to give him enough practice time. And here he is. He just ready to advance out of this group, Tasteless.
Well, Classic basically played the same as he did in Game 1.
Yeah, it was pretty
he was attempting to mug him again. But I think RagnaroK really showing that he can actually mix it up. He can change his play style, and he did a very nice job of it. So I think we're going to have to see much better play coming out here from Classic.
This next map, Triton, I don't think is as good for the Mutalist type play. I think Thunderbird is really fantastic because you have 1 point to defend and it's very long to walk.
Right.
And just the layout of the 3 bases, you can kind of jump from base to base, and the opponent's army has to walk longer to get there. So, yeah, I don't think Triton we can see the exact same strat out of RagnaroK here, but Oh, let's see. I haven't seen too much of this map as of yet.
Yeah, it's still a new map. That game's loaded up. So Game 3, Classic vs. RagnaroK starts now.
Makers Classic. Chivo RagnaroK.
All right. Very excited to see what they're going to go for this game. One thing to mention is that RagnaroK skipped Overlord speed last game, and Classic did the same thing. So that paid off for RagnaroK. Again, you don't really need Overlord speed against Stargate openers. It's more against Robo or Twilight openers that you really want it. So definitely a bit of a difference there. Now, how do you interpret that as Classic? Do you think that maybe he's not going to do that again, so you're safe doing something more aggressive? Or do you want to just kind of count for that and do that thing you were talking about where you think you're a much better player and just go Stargate anyways?
I don't know. I mean, let's see what happens. RagnaroK, again, this guy a lot of times overshadowed by these other really great Zerg players.
Yeah, he is, for sure. Well, he's not. He hasn't done enough to not be overshadowed, you know?
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he's a good player, but he's definitely kind of like, Keen or these other players where they're always in the background, and we're sort of waiting to see if they're going to come out here with better play or better games.
I feel like he is a little bit like Impact, not exactly, but he's kind of filled in the later parts of his game quite well at this point. But yeah, Impact was knocking on the door as 4th or 5th best Zerg in Korea for a little bit. I feel like, it's hard to put RagnaroK in an exact spot because I feel like, again, he's going through this kind of transformation right now, becoming a very strong player. Anyways, it's a Robo opening. That's cool. And notice that he went Robo before Warp Gate, and he's making an Adept. So both of those things are to trick this Overlord that is floating at the natural.
Yeah.
This screams Stargate, what we're seeing.
It's very well masked.
Yeah, and the Overlord's just sitting there. So he is making a Stalker next, and the Stalker is going to be where RagnaroK starts to think like, oh, this could be any number of things. And sometimes you get the Stalker to try to trick people that you're not going Stargate or something. All right, Twilight coming up. This should not be a DT-based Archon drop, though. This is either going to be Charge or Glaives.
Yeah, we're about to find out here. So the Robo's done. We're waiting for the Twilight Council to finish up here. But Classic, this is definitely a response to Game 1 and 2. Classic played very straight up.
Yes.
Very, I don't know. This is the build I ladder with against Zergs, and I want to play a long game,
Yeah.
But this time around, he's going for very deceptive play. So the War Prism's coming out right away, and this is very quick Zealot Lake. So we're about to see a lot of gates get thrown down here.
This is the crazy all-in where you don't even have gas.
Yeah, this is where you're trying to surprise the Zerg so fast that they literally only have seconds to react.
Dude, if you don't have a Baneling Nest at minimum, but hopefully a Roach Warren, you are just dead. Okay, so he's throwing down that gas. That is just to throw him off with that Overlord to cancel that now.
Yeah.
And
now keep in mind, pro gamers are pretty good at sometimes detecting this. No, good call, Artosis. But the thing is, it was almost fishy. You know what I'm saying? The Stalker, the War Prism immediately popping out. He's desperately trying to gun down the Overlord.
And you could see the preparation as well because he only made that one, which was in vision of the Overlord.
Right.
So, yeah, he's trying to waste as few minerals as possible.
Classic going to great lengths to hide this rush, which is exactly what he has to do. The question now is, does RagnaroK have the instinct? Can he sense this coming?
Ooh, he might, because we're making just roaches. There's a spine on the way. Yeah, he's making a hell of a lot of roaches. So, yeah, on 41 workers, I think he can definitely hold this. Sometimes things go wrong against this build. It is very powerful, but I think he's going to have enough. Oh my god, just barely missing it. But catches that Stalker. Yeah, no, I think you can get some damage done with Classic, but RagnaroK, look at this SimCity, look at those queens in the front. Good stuff.
Yeah, everything is basically where it needs to be. The Warp Prism already in yellow health now. Another big warp in comes in. Transfuse is perfectly timed out here.
Beautiful.
And like RagnaroK is, this is as well as it could go for him. Now again, the rush is still scary, but Lings are coming in here from behind. Again, the Warp Prism now in the orange for HP. Oh, he doesn't really have anywhere convenient to go. And we now got to see if Classic's going to try to revert this back into a macro game, you know, take his gases and tech up, because right now the production tab is showing nothing for Protoss.
He's not mining gas. Sometimes when this starts to fail, you'll see the Protoss back up into a bunch of gas, some sentries, maybe an Immortal or two, and try this again.
I like how he's making 2 more gases, but he's still not mining from his other 2 gases.
Yeah, he's added like a probe. He's still making Zealots. He's trying to throw him off, but like RagnaroK's getting all the info.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, he was trying to fake him out there. But
SOS, whether he's watching this right now or not, is getting a migraine on the level of these tricks.
Yeah.
SOS is like, it's not subtle enough! Ah!
I mean, I feel as though we're at the point where RagnaroK should have held this. I mean, once you stop the initial part of the attack, all you have to do, if the Protoss is still intending to try to win the game with this, is to just keep making stuff and have good defense, and that is it. That should be the killing blow. The Zealots will try to come in here, and they do need to be respected by the Zerg, but eventually, you know, the Roaches will win the fight, and Classic's tech will be obsolete.
Yep.
GG.
All right.
Well, Artosis, well played, my friend.
Yeah. No, I'm always right.
My clairvoyant friend.
Yeah, don't forget that Solar beat Maru as well in the first match of the day, right? So, yeah, no, this is, like, I mean, Classic is very good, but you can see RagnaroK is improving. He's hungry to do well at StarCraft 2. He doesn't have those big accolades, and a player like that definitely puts in that effort. I mean, I think it's exciting watching this guy rise right now. Right?
I love having new players come up.
Games 2 and 3 those were well played.
It's why it's exciting to have Keith in the round of 8 as well. Yeah. We're going to go to a short break. When we come back, PvP, Deer versus Zest. After this short break, don't go away.
I'm sitting back and I'm still hoping. Lord got my eyes really open where I'm still getting to the bat with chit chat. Got my hat back and I backtrack. My wilderness taught me great things. You gotta be original. Drunk night, subliminal movement, be pivotal. Never really cry for pain, man. So I start like baby and I work like Wayne. Now let's pursue the children of the game. Yep, I'm just a kid living on a dream. What's the hate on that? I know I shouldn't interact with the 151 Bacardi rum and the Kush still craving some. It's like I'm criminal minded like KRS-One where we first started. I'm the only artist to do this shit regardless. To bounce, we bounce to this. Searching for the lifestyle, ignorant bliss. We rock stars with a brainless bitch. If you wanna party, then let's go. Got the best draw. Concentration low. We cruising, windows down, playing Joe. And a bit of J. Cole. Rest in peace, Nate Dogg. We gon' lay low. Yep. disregard females who look for sex around town. Man, I'm living faster than I would in my 20s. Damn, I gotta slow down. Nah, don't throw down business plans just to win this crowd. Yet I'm still rocking a snapback, fresh kicks, hot top sweatshirts. But they don't understand me like my pops when he had his face straight in the dirt. Gotta love this new generation, little kids.
Oh my love, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Oh my love, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know. Everything's changing, I find it so strange. Oh no. How can I know when I'm lost? Oh my pretty babe, something ain't right. Got to find a way to move ahead. Oh my pretty babe, I won't be around till I come back. Wait for me. Oh my pretty babe, wait for me. Something ain't right, my babe. Oh my pretty babe, wait for me till I come back, my babe. My babe. Oh my love, I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know. Everything's changing, I find it so strange. Oh no. How can I know when I'm lost? Move ahead. Oh my pretty babe, something ain't right. Got to find a way to move ahead. Oh my pretty babe, I won't be around till I come back. Wait for me. Oh my pretty babe, wait for me. Something ain't right, my babe. Oh my pretty babe, wait for me.
2019 Mountain Dew GSL Season 3 Codex Reversal.
Shoutouts to Mountain Dew. Shoutouts to mirror matchups.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mirror matchups. You're the greatest. Deer versus Zest going at it next.
Yeah.
You know, Deer has had some very on games. More recently, he's had such a weird career,
How
right?
did
He
we
popped
say
on the
this,
scene, was so strong, then he fell off for a while, and then he got like a bunch of round of 8s in a row, but didn't do much, and then he lost a whole bunch in like the round of 32 to people attacking him with one Cyclone, and then like he started to do well again. I felt like, I believe it was season 1. He was one of my picks to win the tournament because he was playing solo, and then Maru beat him like 3-1, but it was a good series.
Yeah.
If I'm recalling this correctly. I don't know. He's a little bit all over the place.
Out of all the results we've had for all the players, I have to say it's weird because, you know, Deer was a Royal Roader winning a GSL, okay, out of nowhere, dominating. And usually when you see that, you say, okay, we might now have the new best player of all time for a while, you know? But then he's been so inconsistent. He's brought some of the most impressive games and then some of the most disappointing games. And I don't know if we're ever going to get the full story of, you know, what's going on in his life or how much time he has to practice or what type of game really matches or molds to his mind well. But I never know what to expect with Deer. Sometimes he just kills it. He comes out and wins easily. Other times he's a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah.
Zest, you know, he has been on top of the world as Protoss in the past. Both these guys having incredible histories here. But right now, they're not on top of Protoss. So I don't know what to expect here. But we're going to find out soon because Game 1 is ready.
Newbie, Deer. Ocean Gaming, Zest.
Yeah. It is hard to figure out what this is going to look like. Because Zest is a little bit off and on as well. He's had kind of a rough couple of years because there was a long time where he was the best Protoss in the world. And then he's had some interviews, like some of those, you know, like not the Signature Series videos, which were wonderful, but the Pyeongchang video, remember?
Oh, right.
Because he was one of the 2 Koreans that qualified with that with SOS, and he was talking about how, you know, after the teams dissolved, he's kind of been lazy. He needs to pick that up, and then he started having better results, but it hasn't carried. And he hasn't really had the results that we were very used to from him before. I remember he was so powerful for a little bit as Protoss.
Yeah.
That, remember Trust? Trust started to become one of the best Protosses in the world when he was on the same team as Zest. Like, he started showing great results suddenly.
Yeah.
And he was just like mini Zest. And that was like, I feel like the peak of Zest power.
Well, some players operate much better in team environments, and other players can be total free agents and actually thrive better without having a coach or a team. Oh my God.
That was...
Oh my God.
That was a super high-tech move because there's a little bit of randomization in the attacks.
Yeah.
So they were attacking each other, and then Deer saw that his was taking damage just like less than a half second before Zest. So he waited till after an attack, pulled it away, and then redid the attack, and he happened to get it first that time.
Yeah.
Bam. Kills the probe. That pylon is garbage.
Yeah. I mean, talk about... Among the things we almost never see at the start of a pro game, that is one of them.
Yes.
Like, that's...
It's such a big map, too, and it's like, nope, here we are.
Yeah.
Found you. Peekaboo.
Spots it, kills the probe, and now that is just a building in the middle of the map.
Yeah. I mean, you could use it as a warping, perhaps. Doesn't see the Stargate, so, I mean, I guess that's good. But what Deer is doing is very solid. He's just making Stalkers in a Nexus, and that feels completely safe. I can't even imagine what could be happening where that's
I think there's no exploits here.
Yeah, I think you're right. But Zest throws down his Nexus not too far afterwards, so I think everything is fine overall. Like, Zest is a little bit behind, but it's not an unplayable position.
Okay, continuing to deny the Shades from coming in there and getting any scouting off. And here comes that hallucinated Phoenix. It's going to come through here and see that, in fact, it is going to be a Stargate. But I like where Deer is taking this game.
Oh, no shield battery in the main base. And his Stalkers are all at the natural.
Uh-oh.
Why? Okay. Oh, that's really smart. Now he can actually shade up. Oh, no, not that smart,
but he's going to lose the... Oh, man.
Well, it was a cool idea,
the
right?
Oracle. Yeah. Unfortunately, ideas are not enough.
Yeah.
Execution is key. And I'll tell you something. To lose that Oracle and only get one probe.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Close is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades, Tasteless.
And here comes the second Oracle now. It bounces off the defenses of Deer. Zest expansion is just finished. We don't have probes quite transferred there yet.
Deer
just has momentum.
Yeah, he has a lot of stalkers right now. Like quite a few. I believe he has like 7 stalkers. So, you know, it's a pretty strong army that he's been making. Zest is getting into his own Robo and his own Twilight. Brings up his 4 Adepts. I feel like the only thing he can do right now is slow Deer from doing other things. There's no real way to get damage. Whoa. Okay.
Okay. I did not expect him to actually come in here. He does target down the 2 sentries. Not bad.
Yeah.
That puts Protoss in a situation where they're either going to remake those sentries or tech without them. And 2 Oracles come in here.
Oh, he's trying so hard to make something happen. Whoa, that's crazy.
Wow.
You know what? For those Adepts, 2 sentries and 5 probes right now, I think that was actually quite good because that brings the economies in line. And obviously, sentries gaining energy, you're going to have a really hard time against that. They're very strong early on.
We have Zest now going for Glaives here. So we're going to have a timing attack coming here from Zest pretty soon. A lot of gateways getting thrown down. Note the location of the gateways so that a hallucinated Phoenix, for instance, would not be able to scout this.
Yeah.
And usually, you could just, if you can see their gateways, I can't believe that's just barely out of vision.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, if you can see their gateways, then you know, okay, when the attack's going to be coming here. Now, we'll have to see if Deer's going to be ready for this anyways, but I like the direction that Zest has taken this game, considering the way it started out.
Yeah. Definitely agree with you on that. This is going to be a very scary attack coming in. You know, you don't have the sentries for the Guardian Shield or anything either. It looks like he's getting into charge and +1. He's making a prism. Thing is, all this is going to be a little bit late. I don't think that Deer has sufficient defense against like a massive glaive all in right now.
Yeah, this might completely blindside Deer, and I think something this drastic is absolutely necessary considering the way that this game went for Zest. I think if he tried to play straight up or tried to match Deer and what Deer's doing, he's just playing a losing game.
It's kind of cool, too, that he lost his 4 Adepts, because sometimes when you see the Adepts sitting around, it kind of...
Yeah, then you think, wait a minute, is there going to be an Adept all in here? But when you lose
being extra
the board,
careful with those 4 Adepts that don't scale that well?
So you want to use Glaives later on? Is that it? But suiciding them in there. Uh-oh.
Well, now he knows. And now he sees that they have Glaives as well, so nothing is secret. He needs to cancel that Nexus and just turtle up for a moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Is he going to let the Nexus just finish?
Well, he'd have to be pretty confident if he were to do that.
And he's going across with an Archon drop. Like, I mean, there's no way, right? You need those Archons at home.
Yeah, he has... Oh, dude, he has, like, nothing back here. Okay, we have some stalkers coming down, but these force fields are going to make this fight much easier here. And okay, yeah, he definitely needed that back here.
Yeah,
He's got the Archons here. It would have helped out a lot had these also been over here to help out in defense.
Yeah. The Adepts are definitely doing some work. Those Archons getting very low. The shield batteries have already been used up. He's juggling them as best he can, but Zest is just crushing through. I'm a little bit confused that the way that he's done this.
Wow.
Like, the thing is, the Adepts came up from a funny angle, attacked a pylon, and you can see the graphical difference when they have Glaives, right? So, like, people don't get Glaives off, like, 3 gates and then, you know, take a 3rd base. That's not how it goes. So, yeah, it's kind of a weird lack of reaction from Deer. He's like, yeah, I'll take a 3rd base and go harass my Archons.
Yeah, I'm surprised when he saw all these Adepts coming from that side that he would actually try to send a Warp Prism across the map. GG.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that don't compute for me.
That was like Deer was playing a completely different game or something, a different opponent. I don't understand.
Yeah.
When you see Adepts coming out at that point in time, you go, oh, okay, he's actually engineered an entire strategy that is intended to kill me right now. So my job is to actually just stop this.
Yeah, generally,
if I stop this, I will outpace them. I will be in a better position after the attack is held. So the idea that he would send 2 Archons, which are like the strongest things he has, and the Warp Prism, which is the greatest thing in all RGS games ever.
And he lets Pylons and Nexus finish at his 3rd base.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, when you see that, if you cancel all that, add like 3 shield batteries to your natural and have your Archons and Prism there,
maybe you hold.
With all those Stalkers, I think for sure you do hold.
Yeah.
The thing is, Zest was having that hinge on the fact that it was very hard to scout. And then I feel like Deer had enough time to react, and he didn't do it. Huh. Trying to think of what I could be missing here, but
I don't know, man. We're going to go to Thunderbird here for game 2. Let's see if Deer can turn this one around.
Newbie, Deer. Ocean Gaming, Zest.
which ocean though? Does he make hurricanes or typhoons?
Ooh, that's a good question. Maybe he's all the oceans.
Just the world ocean?
The one and only. Maybe another planet's ocean.
Huh. Another planet's ocean. Can you name another planet with an ocean?
No.
Okay.
Even though I'm a StarCraft commentator and our game is set in outer space, I cannot. Looks like I've exposed myself as a fraud here.
Hold on, I know the names. People. There's a planet called Char. There's a planet called Chakurus, Ire, Tarsonis.
Oh, you're faster than me. I'm trying to.
Marsara?
Marsara is a, yeah.
Right? That's a planet.
Earth is in the StarCraft storyline. That's also a planet.
That's true. Yep, that is. But we already went over that one. No, that's all the planets. That's all the planets in StarCraft.
I think there's a couple more.
There's probably one where like Amon lives or something. I don't know.
You ever find it weird that in science fiction they're like, well, this is a lava planet and this is a snow planet. You're like, can a planet just have like also all the weather conditions? It's like,
but that's more rare.
Yeah.
To have all, because you have to be like the right distance from the sun, right?
You have to be the perfect distance
from the star that you're at, because the only one that's actually the sun is our star.
That's right.
That's why it's called the solar system.
Nice. We have a proxy Stargate, by the way.
Versus a proxy robo.
Yeah. So the proxy robo is going to pack a lot of punch here as the game starts up.
Do you think it's going to be 3-gate or... Well, it'll be 3-gate, but do you think he's going to get an immortal is my question.
I think so.
One immortal?
Yeah. I think it's going to be the one immortal push with the Warp Prism, and he just powers up the ramp and crushes him.
You know, it's a very strong build. I actually like the immortalless one a little bit more, I think.
Do you think it's better? Or?
It hits really quickly. It's so microable, you know. I feel like the immortal takes a little bit to build. It's the same building, right? It's like, does that add that much more of a punch? If you have the prism, you win basically every battle early on.
Wow, he just missed that.
Makes that immortal as you predicted, though.
Yeah, it's coming out. The
Obviously,
thing is,
a lot of punch from that.
Yeah, the immortal, it just has so much sustainability in a fight. I mean, I think the immortal is just, as every year passes in StarCraft 2, it looks like a better and better unit. You know,
and it's been nerfed.
Yeah,
before for sure.
I think when they were making the immortal, they thought, okay, well, this is going to be very specific to stop certain things, and in fact, it's like, no, it's actually pretty good against basically everything. So it's hard to find a reason to not get this. Okay,
this is hilarious.
Yeah. Well, that pylon did not buy that much time, did it, Artosis? Immediately, he's going to target down the shield battery. And, with Phoenixes here, it's like, yeah, you can pick this up. But I don't think this is going to be ever fast enough to curb the damage that's coming out here. We have Adepts coming back, but the Warp Prism's already across the map. Now, he's being pretty smart here. He's keeping this out of the vision of the Phoenixes. He wants to get a quick warping around of more Stalkers before he actually reveals the location of this. So here's that first Stalker coming in now.
Yeah, the Phoenixes are trying to do as much as they possibly can. Now you realize that there is a Prism in his main base. I feel like knocking that out might be very important.
Okay, this is
quite dead though, I think.
Yeah, this was Deer just getting rolled here, to be honest, man. He got crushed. More Warpins are coming in. It's just now, I think the Phoenixes. Well, I guess they're never going to go for the Warp Prism there. There's just so many Stalkers out now. The Immortal still at about half health. Probes are being sacrificed just to buy enough time to get a few Stalkers in. But what will they really be able to defend? You know?
Yeah, there's really nothing left here.
Okay,
not a lot of money either.
Moral victory there, killing the Immortal, but beyond that, yeah, I mean, I
like
don't know what else.
Moral victory, killing the Immortal.
Okay, Zest wins that easily.
Yeah, kind of smashes through.
Yeah.
So what's the winner match?
RagnaroK and Zest.
Huh. What was the winner match last time?
I don't know.
Solar and Rogue?
Wow. Wow.
Just saying.
Now, we're going to go to a short break here, but we are already about to hop into the winner's match here. It's either going to be RagnaroK or Zest moving on in one of the final 2 spots in the round of 8. Dear, I am worried for this guy in this group, man.
Yeah.
He is not looking not looking like he's going to last. We're going to go to that commercial now. We'll be right back, everyone.
Walked in darkness, my home was a night. Then you came into my life, showed me brilliant light. 'Cause you radiate, you fill my heart again. The grace that never ends. I know that you with me take me to a new horizon. I've never known a joy so vibrant. Your love is where I found my life in. And you glow in my heart. You glow in my heart. You glow in my heart. You glow in my
Ever since I've known your love, you turned my life around. Ever since I saw your heart,
My feet can't touch the ground. 'Cause you radiate, you fill my heart again. A grace that never ends. I know that you with me take me to a new horizon. I've never known a joy so vibrant. Your love is where I found my life in. You glow in my heart. You glow in my heart. You glow in my heart. Oh, and you give me all
16강 C조 첫 번째 매치 1세트 썬더버드에서 시작하겠습니다.
예, 저 선택이 나쁜 게 아니죠.
자, 그리고 전차 쪽에 담좀 떨어집니다.
강민수 입장에서도 막아만 낸다면은 이제 적의 태클가 굉장히 빠른 상황이기 때문에 충분히 반격까지 가능해요.
네. 견제를 좀 해주고 있습니다.
그래도 강민수 입장에서도 가주면 안 되거든요.
네.
이런 식의 소모전은 좋지만 지킬 건 지켜줘야 돼요.
자, 감염 쪽 뒤쪽에 많아 있는 것들이 좀 있습니다.
아직까지 감염충의 수가 많지는 않거든요,
자,
적어도.
임핏, 살모사에게도 들어갔지만 이미 흑구름을 사용한 후입니다.
네. 스킬 활용은 저그 쪽이 조금 더 괜찮았죠?
네. 자, 유령 숫자 유지가 안 되고 있어요. 자, 신경기 승추까지.
이 정도면 글쎄 중앙확장까지는 충분히 한번 밀어볼 만하거든요.
그 이후에 추가 병영은 생각보다 토르가 많게 나오지 못합니다.
네. 자, 다시 한번 붙어주나요? 감염충.
그래서
까지.
한시 그리고 중앙의 이제 위쪽의 확장, 그리고 6시 확장 이 세 확장이 중요하죠.
자, 붙어줍니다. 자, 강민수도 참다가 한번 다시 붙어보는데요.
근데 EMP를 좀 쉽게 맞은 감이 있어요, 감염충.
아, 토르 뒤쪽으로 빼주고 해방선은 거의 다 잡아냈습니다.
근데 보시면 아시겠지만 감염충의 지원이 거의 없는데 무리군주 자체가 많다니까요.
네.
그러니까 토르 상대를 이길 수 있는 조합이에요.
자, 이제 남아있는 가스 4,000 정도가 있는 강민수.
이건 핵만 조심하면 무리군주가 토르 상대로 지금 밀어붙일 수 있는 그 정도 수입니다.
자, 그런데 무리군주 1.4를 해주고 있는데 토르 숫자도 뭐 좀 많이 줄고 있죠?
네, 그러니까 이런 그 자신의 힘을 이제 느낀 거예요. 내가 셌구나.
네.
사실 지금 저그의 조합이 이전과 달라진 게 없습니다. 그냥 그 수가 그 수예요. 이제 느꼈네요. 코너에 몰리다 보니까 싸울 수밖에 없는 상황이었기 때문에 싸웠잖아요.
그렇죠.
근데 이제 핵만 조심하면 됩니다.
아, 무리군주 숫자가 엄청나게 많습니다.
그렇죠.
토르도 지금 한 줄이 채 되질 않고요.
이 정도면 토르가 1대1 모드로는 이길 수가 없어요.
맞습니다.
그리고 저 공생충 때문에
GG!
정말 판픽셀.
보였어요.
근데 1번 하나 눌러놨어요.
네. 이미 벙커 지어지고 있고요.
저 눌러놓은 저글링이
자, 아직 이제
그런데 이제 저게 애벌레가 이게 잘 모으면 3개까지 금방 모이는데 지금 2개라서.
자, 그리고 벙커 곧 지어집니다 이제.
근데 병영 위치가 너무 가까워서 강민수 입장에서도 막기가
들어왔어요. 자, 지뢰로 넉백.
아이고, 그러니까 수비하는 과정에서 시간이 이렇게 끌리게 되면 일벌레 그만큼 눌러주지 못하잖아요.
그렇죠. 자, 여왕 수열이 들어가긴 했는데 여왕 HP 많이 줄어들고 있습니다. 일벌레가 붙어주죠.
근데 또 이거 지뢰콜 돌아오면 난리 나요.
네, 벙커 파괴는 시키겠지만 이미 타격이 큽니다.
GG!
자, 먼저 가나요? 전차 자리 잡기 전에 먼저 가나요? 먼저 붙어줄 수 있을지.
한 발짝 빠르게.
전차 자리 잡기 전에. 자, 허리 돌리기.
자, 근데 맹독충 수를 적당히 아껴준다면 잘 막았다 볼 수 있거든요.
근데 맹독충 이제 2기밖에 안 남았습니다. 해방선 2기까지 왔는데요. 전차 숫자가 많진 않습니다.
정말 잘 지어짜긴 했어요.
자, 점막 없는 타이밍에 붙어주나요?
근데 테란도 급하다 보니까
돌려주면서
이런 견제까지 커버하기 너무 어렵습니다.
네, 템포 한번 끊어줍니다.
10기 정도면 많이 잡았어요.
네.
이제 업그레이드가 맞춰지기 때문에 이 맹독충을 잡기가 사실상은 쉽지가 않죠.
그렇죠.
근데 실수를 유도해야 되는 건데.
하지만 맹독충 4줄이 앞마당에 들이닥칩니다.
이건 건설로 미리 상기하지 않으면 피해 무조건 잡히죠.
건설로 17기가 잡혔어요. 자, 그리고 이쪽도 거의 다 병력들이 잡혀 나갑니다.
이건 강민수가 오히려 테란의 양방향을 역용한 거죠.
네. 다 잡더라도 뭐 맹독충 30마리를 다 1.4 할 수는 없거든요.
네, 뭐 테란 선수 8명이 저건 집정관 모드로 해도 안 돼요.
GG! 강민수가 잡아내면서 승자조로 올라갑니다. 자, 첫 번째 세트 준비 끝났습니다. 사이버 포레스트에서 시작하겠습니다. 못하게끔 예언자로 1.4 해주고 있고요.
근데 심시티가 워낙 잘 되어 있어서 이게 사도가 그림자 이동으로 상대의 본진을 들어가는 게 굉장히 중요한데 이런 부분을 이병렬이 굉장히 생각을 잘 해온 것 같아요.
근데 땅굴이 파괴됐어요.
이거 퇴로 확보해야죠.
땅굴이 파괴됐습니다.
네. 그러니까 저가 정면을 그렇게 막을 수 있어요.
네.
촉수만 완성되면 막을 수 있는 규모이기 때문에.
가시촉수까지 완성이 됐고요. 좁은 입구 뚫어낼 수 있을까요? 안 됩니다.
마음 급해요. 이 군단 숙주가 본체에 살아 돌아가면 결국 불리해지는 건 자신이죠.
네.
사거리가 또 너프가 됐기 때문에 그것마저도 쉽지가 않아요.
들어가나요? 들어가나요?
자, 어떻게든 본체 난입해서
그래도 가야 돼요.
네.
그렇죠. 어차피 미래 없습니다.
그렇습니다. 자, 바퀴 괴멸충 위주의 병력들 공명 파열포 4도가 1.4를 해주고 있습니다.
네. 이게 쿨이 따로 돈다고 해도 너무 많아서.
그리고 가시촉수가 굉장히 많아서 지금
자, 19개 군단 숙주.
추가 소환.
안 되는데요.
네.
추가 소환이라도 어떻게 돼야 되는데.
거의 다 막혔습니다. 집정관도 하나밖에 남지 않았고요. GG!
건물을
병렬의 저 일벌레들이 탐사정을 계속 막아주고 있어요.
그렇죠.
일단 이게 올라가야 돼요.
광물 찍고 가는데
올라가야
올라가요. 올라왔어요. 정말 어렵게 올라왔습니다.
네, 이러면 이제 약간의 목표는 달성. 근데
광자포 2개 1.4 해주면서 파괴를 시켜줬고요.
외곽 쪽에 광자포 이 정도 걷어냈으면 이제 빼고 가시촉수에게 마무리 쉽게 만들면 이거 전진 라인 거들을 수 있는데요.
자, 배터리 2동까지 완성이 되지만
그리고 로보가 너무 늦어요.
그렇죠.
네, 이거
그나마 탐사 정도 파괴가 됐습니다.
이제 충전으로
네.
보호막 충전으로.
근데 한계로는 좀 한계가 있어 보이거든요.
그렇습니다. 광자포 하나 더 완성이 되는데요. 한쪽의 배터리는 모두 만화를 소진했고
억지로라도
그런데 이제 만화도 거의 다 사용을 했습니다.
프로토스도 이제 전진 라인이 깨지고 난 이후라 병력 대 병력에서
그리고 여왕으로
저글링에 파고들게 만들면 또 좀 나빴죠? 좀 믿을 수는 없거든요.
이걸 과감하게 밀고 들어가는 가시촉수 파괴 못 시키고 있습니다. 자, 여왕으로
그래서
계속해서 무관기를 밀어내고요.
근데 이 병력 지켜내야 이제 투가불멸자 합류해서 다시 한 번 더 싸움을 걸 수 있는 거예요.
자, 근데 파수기를 모두 잃었습니다. 그 빨간색 HP 아닌가요?
마음이 급하니까.
원래
이병렬이 잘 막아냈고 이후 매치도 좋았습니다. 승자전 매치입니다. 1세트 트레이튼에서 시작하겠습니다. 막을 수 있나요? 네.
어이구.
야, 이거 저울링 차이 많이 납니다. 그리고 공일업 차이도 있고요. 그 와중에 6시죠 현재.
이건 너무 불리해졌어요.
네.
이병렬 선수 입장에서 너무 급작스럽죠?
그렇죠.
이래서 충분히 막을 만한 여왕이 있나요 지금?
여왕 3기.
제가 겨우 시간 끌 정도일 것 같은데요.
그렇습니다. 자, 수혈 만화도 거의 다 사용을 했고요.
그렇다면 이제 뮤탈이 여기에
병력
있을 때, 네, 지상 대 지상에서라도 이겨야 한다는 건데.
하지만 지상 병력도 강민수가 더 많습니다.
애초에 강민수는 지상으로 밀어도 될 정도로 유리했거든요.
네. 자, 아래쪽 지상과 공중에서 모두 빌리고 있는
GSL 내려올 때까지 시간 볼 수 있는데
여왕에게 또 데미지가 들어가게 된다면 좁은 지역으로 들어가서 일단 한 기 데미지 넣어줬고요. 맹독충 한 기 더 남았는데요.
맹글 이거예요.
긴 했는데 뒤쪽에 맹독충 변태 중입니다. 변태 중이에요.
또 강민수의 맹독충만 나온다면
그렇죠.
자, 입구 쪽을 뚫어주고 있고 맹독충 추가적으로 오는데요. 자, 거의 막아냈죠. 웨비우스의 띠인가요?
강민수가 이제 뮤탈을 선택했는데
네.
이거 보니까 이거 안 되겠다 싶어서 이제 반대로 이병렬이 딱 많거든요. 변수가 엄청나게 많습니다.
네, 이거 반응이 안 되나요? 반응이 안 되나요?
맹독충 많아요.
맹독충 본진으로 수비하러 가는 사이.
잠깐.
근데 여기 일벌레. 일벌레 5개 그리고 바퀴까지 하죠. 바퀴 여왕까지 와서 수혈. 자, 여왕이 안 나오네요. 바퀴 다 나왔습니다.
뮤탈리스크만 또
GG. 자, 아까부터 더 늘어났습니다.
네, 이 정도면 이제 정면으로만 들어가는 건 바퀴 입장에선 절대 해선 안 되는 공격이 됩니다. 흔들어야죠.
저 가시지옥들이 강민수의 앞에 땅굴망이 뚫리거나 아니면은 가시지옥이 앞에 전진 배치되게 하면 절대 안 됩니다.
네. 자, 그래도 가시족구를
이건 파괴하고 있는데요. 원래는 이제 굴락테러 하려고 온 응원이 아니라 타락이긴 하지만
네.
그 본진 쪽에는 이미 예상한 것처럼 포셔축스가 좀 배치가 되어 있어요.
네.
한숨 바퀴로는 막을 수가 없어요. 타락기로는 더욱더 할 게 없어요.
뮤탈리스크 잡히긴 했지만
굴락 날아가요.
네.
지금 2, 3분 이후엔 살모사 싸움이 되는데 그 살모사를 준비할 수 없어요.
그렇습니다. 자, 그리고 가시족 2기는 또
아이고.
언덕 위쪽으로 가서 일벌레 견제해주고 있죠.
순식간에 돌아갈 수 있는 자원.
GG! 병렬이 강민수를 잡아내면서 가장 먼저 8강으로 갑니다.
Mountain Dew, GSL Season 3, Codex, Reversal.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time to decide who will move on to one of the only 2 spots remaining in the round of 8. It's either going to be RagnaroK or Zest. Our Toast's predictions on fire.
today.
Generally. Either in the good way or the bad way. Yeah, so between these two, I definitely side with RagnaroK. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Zest is able to take him out. He has some games to look at from RagnaroK to be like, okay, I kind of get some of the ideas that you're going for.
It's always a funny thing when we have group stages and there's 3 of one race and then 1 of another. Because that person that, like in this case RagnaroK, it's just Zerg. All he had to do was prep ZVP and have a wide range of different ways to approach the matchup.
Yeah, yeah. Whereas, you know, looking at Zest here, he never really goes to late game. You don't want to right now anyways, so I guess that's fine. But yeah, you look at this, that's a couple macro maps to open. So is he going to be able to hit some sharp timings that can hurt RagnaroK? We did see Classic win on King's Cove, so let's see what Zest has got.
Okay, our game has loaded up. RagnaroK versus Zest. Again, the winner goes on to the round of 8 of the GSL. We're almost there.
Chivo, RagnaroK.
A lot of RagnaroK fans in the audience today, excuse me.
We're going to end on 3999 tonight, aren't we?
Are we?
Yeah. Loser in final match.
Ocean Gaming, Zest.
Tuesday, where will you be
Well,
when the number hits 4,000?
Exactly right here.
Yeah, holding my hand.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
Single tear coming down my face. Big numbers amaze me, Artosis.
Yeah. When they line up like that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we
4
have
and then
10
3
fingers
zeros.
on our hands, and that's why we count in base 10. So, I mean, that's why this is an important number. Makes sense.
Oh, good Zergling.
Ling can't stop.
So, yeah, let's see what Zest wants to do here. It's going to be some... Oh, it's his birthday?
Is it? Oh, no, it was on the 3rd. That
Look
is
at that.
actually my new
One of
baby's
those-
birthday, the 3rd. He stole my baby's birthday.
Yeah, well, you can't have 2 people born on the same day.
No. Not in this close a relation.
Yeah.
There's only 1 degree of artosis separating them.
Yeah. It's good to see those stuffed animals were enjoying StarCraft.
Yeah. Stuffed animals definitely like StarCraft.
Definitely.
They're the quietest when I put it on in the house.
That's why when I'm, not casting a tournament, I make sure to get all my stuffed animals out and we have tea parties while we watch the games.
Yeah. Gives you something to cuddle.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell them your predictions that are generally wrong and they won't call you on it. You want to try co-casting with them sometime. Well, sorry, you did co-cast with Jake, actually. So he's basically just a giant teddy bear.
Yeah, he is. Now, we're still waiting. We don't know what exactly the Protoss is gonna do. We know there's probably going to be some type of timing attack. The difficulty for the Zerg is you don't know which one, and each type of timing attack requires a different way to handle it.
Yeah, he's getting Overlord speed, and there's a Twilight on the way, so that's going to be good for him. We'll see if this is a DT-based Archon drop, or if it's just straight up some Twilight upgrade. Can't talk quite yet, but we shall see as it finishes. Be interesting if he goes into the Dark Archon drop, just because, again, we haven't really seen Archon drop since the patch. Here we go.
Okay, Dark Shrine, it is scouted.
Yeah. I think that this is actually a pretty good build for the map, just generally speaking. It puts some pressure onto your opponent, even if they see it coming. It is still an Archon drop. It'll do a little bit. You have to be a little bit more careful now, obviously, with the pickup range reduced. But I feel like the best way, in my opinion at least, the way that I like to see DT-based Archon drops play out is taking a third base, lots of Immortal production, and not getting into Psystorm. Just like a very strong charge Archon Immortal army, with some sentries obviously thrown in there. But I feel like that's a very strong way to play this type of strategy.
I actually feel like this style of play I associate most with Zest of any other player in StarCraft 2.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm remembering correctly, I know it was several years ago, but I mean, he was the guy that really proved how robust this approach is.
I believe you're correct. Back on the map Overwatch, I think, is where we started to really see this build. And it got to the point where Zergs were like just straight countering with mass speed roach and trying to bust down third bases. But Yeah, that was during the period where Zest was the best in the world. The thing is, he actually pioneers a lot of the Protoss builds, so people like make fun of me for saying how good he is and how I always think he's going to advance. The thing is, if you look at actually what he's done for Protoss and how much of what we do revolves around what he's done, it's really impressive.
Are you surprised he went with the DTs immediately here, since this was scouted? Was this one of these moves where it's like, well, obviously he's just going to go straight into Archons because the Dark Shrine was scouted, and so he's trying to like do that mind game of like, you never would think this is coming because it's so counterintuitive.
Yeah, I think it is a little bit of that. And I mean, look, he got a little bit of damage done, right? He got a couple drones. He didn't do a whole hell of a lot, but you may as well. You know, as the queen count grows, you're not going to get a lot done with the Archons anyways. Kind of put the fear of God into him, right? He's not mining from over here. Something funny about stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah. So he's going to try to bring the Archons over here. Now, the goal is to not lose any queens or drones. Really good control here by Zest.
Yeah.
Oh, until the last second. Okay,
Fantastic.
He does get a pickup, kills the queen.
I like it. I really like that. All right, gonna move over and see what he can get done in the main.
War Prism still with plenty of HP.
Interesting that RagnaroK is not targeting the Prism much.
Yeah.
He hit the Archon several times with the Queen. That feels completely useless.
Oh my God!
Those stacked drones, if he had targeted that could have been so scary.
Would have popped everything.
Okay, so this is, I mean, it's getting all right damage done. Dive on that Queen. Great micro from Zest here. Look at that. 2 queens killed, 5 drones killed.
I get nervous every time I see RagnaroK with these drones bunched up, and the Archons are so close by.
I know, right? Spire incoming, yes!
Yeah, this is cool. And this seems to be like happening as the War Prism harass is being toned down a little bit here, because Zest doesn't have that much more energy on those Archons.
Yeah.
Is he gonna get one more DT? Huh, okay.
Yeah, he actually had another DT out. I don't know what happened
did he?
to it.
I didn't see that.
So I believe he likely has 2 DTs on the map right now, unless he lost one during the Archon harassment. Okay, just keeping a little bit of pressure on.
This is very cute. Unfortunately, not quite doing as much as I think he had hoped for. He's going to actually recall that DT back. Oh my God.
Yeah, very worthwhile. Is he going to get another queen?
Yeah, he is.
Are we serious about this?
I don't feel like RagnaroK's defense, execution-wise, is where it should be.
It feels, yeah, I definitely somewhat agree, and I want to give a shout-out to Zest's harassment, because now, you know, when he dropped the initial DTs out, he was focusing queens a little bit and putting some damage on them, and then he just aggressively juggled his Archons towards queens the whole time. So if pickup range is an issue because queens will shoot you down, instead of drones, focus on queens a bit more, and it feels like that's what I'm seeing from Zest. Okay, he sees the mutas now. This is Danger City. See this? Serious Danger City. Look at this. The Roach is coming too. This is like chasing a medevac with Ling Muta, man. Look at this.
All right, so he's going to finally be able to take out both those Archons. It's actually pretty important you keep the Archons alive and the War Prism alive.
Yeah. What's his anti-air right now? It's 3 sentries and a Stalker.
RagnaroK with excellent Muta timing here.
Yeah. Yeah, doing very well with that. Obviously, when you go for a DT-based Archon drop, it's like you don't have anything that's anti-Muta. Like, the Archons are really it, so catching that Prism is a gigantic thing, because for instance, most walls that you have as Protoss, you can't walk Archons through, so you have Archons on one side or the other. And to defend against mutas properly, like, if you have Archons in a Prism, you can actually kind of chase mutas with it. You know? You can kind of... It's a reasonable defense.
Okay, this forces out a lot of Stalkers, which allows a Zerg to very comfortably make a lot of Zerglings here. Again, a lot of times as you see these games progress, it's them both trying to force certain techs out so that they can try to counter that later on.
And with the 2 Stargate Phoenix coming up and the kind of late splash damage, I love the Baneling speed. We talked about that previously as well. You know, it just getting into this kind of massive army when your opponent is spending money on Phoenixes is always going to be nice. It's not the Blink Stalkers that we were talking about exactly, but just the massing of these lower tier units feels very nice.
And this is all designed to ramp up to a maxed out Zerg that if and when the Protoss does come out, the Zerg is ready to have a smashing attack.
Lingroach, Bane, Ravager, like a maxed out army of that. Phoenixes don't really do much of anything.
Yeah, they don't play much of a role.
Yeah,
so
like,
the idea is just as there's enough Phoenixes, which we're seeing now, to counter nice control here by Zest. Just when there's enough Phoenixes out to basically counter the mutas, that's when the rest of the supply is going to be filled up with this big ground army, and it basically makes the Phoenixes fairly useless.
Yeah, the best you can probably do here is lift up Ravagers, maybe Queens. I think picking up Banelings might be a waste of your time. But yeah, if the Banelings mostly are hitting Archons, you can definitely see Zest taking down this battle. It's just, if this army all connects correctly, the Zerg army, it is pretty scary still.
Okay, here we go. RagnaroK coming around here. Really good force field, blocking out a lot of these Banelings.
Oh, but more Banelings roll in.
Yeah,
Zealots being absolutely
such
decimated.
a ridiculous number of Zerg units here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I mean, when you have force fields that were that good and he runs over you with this much, jeez.
No, the force fields were really, really good, so that's impressive. I love that he's actually forcing these back. This means a DT-based defense might actually keep Zest alive. There's like no detection over here. See that? What are you gonna do? You got one Baneling there.
Yeah, this is
Look
a
at
lot of DT action in this game.
That is so funny. He's killing off all the Overseers. This is like DT Corsair. Seriously.
Yeah, actually.
Where's the detection? He's got to build spores at this point defensively.
It's
After
so funny.
crushing that army.
I thought the game was about to end. I still think we're not far from that.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Cool to see, right?
I love it. Oh my god, he has a DT in every single base. Please
Like,
tell me Zest will win this game in the greatest comeback of all time.
It's insane if he wins this, but it's completely based off DTs and Phoenixes.
Well, you know, once you get that detection, I guess he could send the Phoenixes back here. Oh my
Dude, he's
god,
killing
what is
every
happening to
drone in the whole
RagnaroK?
world. Every drone in the whole universe.
Why are we getting like the esports fan fiction game? Like, this is not how StarCraft games normally look at the highest level.
No.
And then 2 DTs killed all of his workers. What?
Like, what league is this again? Oh, it's GSL Code S.
Yeah.
They're fighting
It's
for
Zest
a round
versus
8 spot
RagnaroK.
right now.
Yeah. Look at this.
And there were no Overlords left.
He was maxed out and then he lost everything.
Yeah. Okay. So that happened. We're back down to some lower worker supplies at this point.
You know what's going on in RagnaroK's head right now? He's so salty.
It's like, this race is
when you're playing and you're just like, I am so bad. This is so bad. Like, I can't believe this is me. This is my mind and body in this moment right now.
Yeah, everyone goes through that for sure. All right, 3 Broodlords on the way. Not an Infestor in sight, though. Obviously, the Broodlords are helpful here. 3 Archons can't really break through that, right? I think he holds.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Well, now you have the break. Well, hold on. The Phoenixes are going after these Broodlords. He's got a lot of Zealots and Archons. If he can get the Archons underneath the Broodlords, then yeah, he can actually get this. Look at this.
Yeah, he's not doing too bad, actually. He gets all
He's
the
got a
broods.
Warp Prism. He's going to be able to warp it again. He's going to get the Corruptors. Now the Phoenixes are going to be left over. Look at this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, these Phoenixes did quite a bang-up job right there. 3 more Broodlords, though.
Oh, I actually almost didn't see that. Yeah, they're by the Overlords.
Yeah, now trying to target down specifically the Archons. Gets that last Corruptor.
Well, this game turned out to be much closer than it was really supposed to be.
Well, RagnaroK started wrecking. And now imagine if Zest hadn't thrown away that army. Thing is, it felt like, even I thought, like, oh, maybe this can do something, right? It kind of came down to Baneling connections, but there were actually so many Banelings. This is...
RagnaroK, more like throw grok, right?
Throw grok!
Am I right, ladies and gentlemen?
I grok that. Throw grok.
So, we're seeing this game really quiet down. So
the amount that DTs have done this game is so crazy.
Yeah.
This feels like StarCraft 1.
Yeah, it definitely actually does look a lot more like a StarCraft 1 PvZ.
I think the blink is fantastic since they've just been bludgeoning each other. You can get some real efficiency with those things like blink stalkers in a game like this, where it's not just a huge maxed out scary army. Zest sitting here on 36 army supply. My God.
Well, it's we need to see if RagnaroK can close this one out. Oh no. Okay.
Don't worry, it was a hallucination.
Okay, he's coming now. But there's 2 more Archons making. There's actually 2 Immortals down there as well.
Yeah, I can't imagine him
I don't see how he does it.
No way. That army. I don't care if each of these is a hero unit. If he were to, he needs Mobo to win this battle.
That's right.
He doesn't have Mobo there
We
at
need
all.
the hero Baneling unit.
How do you become a hero Baneling?
It's like a hero unit in the single player, and then when it dies, like if it dies, you lose the game. You're like, what? So I literally have like a unit.
Commands so much.
I have this unit that's a ball that I have to like roll around the map and like not.
Yeah.
It's like a Baneling that has spells. It has Psionic Storm. Like
I think you should go make the campaigns for StarCraft 3, man.
Yeah, GG. RagnaroK does win game 1, and he's got a sense of humor about it. I mean, 2 DTs killed off like something like 40 drones, but
yeah.
He pulled it together and ended up winning anyways.
Well, Zest was trying to hit this very strong attack, right? And the force fields were actually really, really good, but just the ridiculous concave, right? That was like a 270-degree engagement by RagnaroK, so the force fields weren't quite enough. The amount of Ling Bane that he actually had there was phenomenal, and he was able to just overcome. You know, it's tough. Like if you open up with that DT-based Archon drop, a lot of times you do go into an attack like that. You don't have Psystorm for it. You have to play a much longer game if you want to get Psystorm. So tough one there for Zest. But made the most of it.
Yep. So RagnaroK with the 1-0 lead. We're going to go to game number 2 now. That's going to be on Thunderbird. And that has loaded up. So RagnaroK versus Zest continues on. Let's see if RagnaroK can 2-0 this or if we'll get it balanced out with a Zest win 1-1.
Fight!
Chivo, RagnaroK. Ocean Gaming, Zest.
All right. You know, another good macro map. This is the map that we most oftentimes see these Mutalisk type plays on. I love that RagnaroK continues to put them out there. You know, just even a few months ago, Mutas were almost never used in this matchup, seen as a liability. But we're seeing a lot of cool tempo-based plays, some sustained Muta plays as well. It's awesome, and it feels like one of those things that Zergs will continue to get better at.
Yeah, I think so.
It's really hard because they can get so hard countered, but when you have like a really good plan for it and you execute, it's amazing what they seem to be able to do.
Yeah, RagnaroK really showing an excellent ZVP here.
Yes, very. His defenses are strong. He's got some really great ideas about what he wants to get done in the game.
Yeah.
We don't even necessarily see him pushing it to late game, right? And I think that's actually a very meta way to play right now. Some Zergs want to push it into late game and win through like Infestor Broodlord or something.
It's almost like they want to win in a race. You
Kind
know,
of,
like
yeah.
I'm going to just outlast you.
And the thing is, that's scary for Protoss because that part of the game is very difficult right now. Protosses are not winning in the Supreme late game against Mass Infestor Broodlord type comps. So what do? They do more timing attacks. They try to play it in that way. So the meta way to play a Zerg is to play a very strong mid game where you're not really looking to develop into the Infestors as much because you know that Protoss is going to bring it to you because they don't want to play the late game. So instead of maybe getting caught off guard like a rogue character might, you know, trying to sneak his way into his Infestors and his Broodlords quickly, we see RagnaroK filling out his mid game a little bit stronger, and I think that's a very smart way to play right now in the current metagame.
I think it's really intelligent. So what we've seen RagnaroK already do more than once here in today's GSL is a very swift switch tech into Muta that forces the Protoss player in all the games we've seen into making Phoenixes. Now he actually makes a pretty large amount of Mutas. The Protoss has to back up, and behind that he invests heavily in a big ground army and basically takes the fight. The Protoss is hoping that he can try to push out eventually when he has enough, when the Mutas have to respect the Phoenix count. You come out, and then the push is supposed to work, but instead he has so much he just smashes it.
Well, those are some tight timings and builds, and like how many Mutas do you build? What are you doing with them to maximize their value on the other side of the map so that you have that time, or maybe they helped you to get that type of power differential to be able to beat the counterattack that comes once they're dealt with. Yeah, again, kind of a complicated way to play that people are still figuring out, but really exciting to see it so much out of RagnaroK here. Now, he tried to scout what was going on. Doesn't quite know that it
didn't really see anything.
Yeah. But when you don't see anything, I think spores are a good choice.
Yeah. The worst situation would be to get spores and then discover there is absolutely no threat.
If you get spores and it's just a straight-up immortal push, then you're like, oh, that was the biggest waste of money I could have come up with.
Yeah, you're probably going to die.
But DTs, obviously that's one way the game can end quicker than anything.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that. We've had a lot of very near misses as far as spotting tech and stuff like that. So that was just in the blind spot of the Zerg. And so let's see if this DT can come in here and get anything done. Now, there's a lot of lings being made. And it looks like this is actually going to go into the main here. And I think he can actually just pop this out.
Yeah, I think he's walked a DT to the natural.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that DT was actually in there, but no.
I think he'll target the spore, right?
I would imagine so. He wants the other DT to come in there and still work.
Surrounds it instantly, so this was very good defense from
RagnaroK. You could actually not ask for better defense than that.
Yeah, for this situation, this was amazing. But this one goes in the natural now, seeing what he can get done. Obviously, a clean takes a while to kill a DT.
Yeah.
Already 4 kills, not bad.
He comes in once again trying to assassinate the queen, but the defense here from RagnaroK is still too good. That War Prism actually at about 20% health, so he needs to be very careful with that. You're supposed to be switching into Archons eventually here.
Yeah. Look at this, though. Zest is doing a very meta play with the double Stargate.
Yeah, this is cool.
That's very cool. That's super cool. Wow. Oh, I love stuff like this.
Well, this is smart because you're just getting right out ahead of what the other player was doing.
And the thing is, there's multiple ways this can go, right? No one's, well, not no one, but Hydras are not super popular right now. RagnaroK is not into that style very much. Oh, he's even getting +1. Oh, it's beautiful. But if your opponent stays on Roach or goes into Muta, you're in very good shape with this. Yeah, it's just, I think that this is a really clever mind game from Zest.
Oh my God! Ooh. Big play there by RagnaroK to take the War Prism out.
Oh my gosh. I got the same feeling watching that StarCon get out of there as I get when I walk into the ocean and it goes up to my belly.
Yeah?
You know how cold that is when you get, you're like, ooh,
it's cold.
Yeah.
I'll just try to go on a little bit by a little bit.
Yeah. You should just jump in.
Nidus Worm. Nidus Worm, son. Now this is, I think...
Nidus Worm, son.
Shout-outs to Nidus Worm play.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to pop out here and do a lot of damage. Okay, now it's getting even weirder because it's
Swarmhost
Nidus. Yeah.
Which actually the Phoenixes should do very well against.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be a Nidus Worm and then like Lings and Roaches or something like that were going to spill in and the Phoenixes would be obsolete, but wow, this is one of those games where it's taking a lot of crazy turns and neither player knows what's about to happen here.
Oh, it's a wild one. They're both going to be caught off guard. Oh, exciting. All right, here come the Phoenixes. They see the Nidus. They see the Swarmhost. Now, what do? Do you recall these things?
I think you do.
You send them home?
Okay. It's very important how the first few waves of Swarmhost play come out. There's a whole art to chucking the Swarmhost into certain positions.
Yeah, he's
we are
looking
going to have
for-
a second Nidus, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's why that Ling was there, but it looks like he didn't build it quickly enough. Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Enough armies coming, he just turns around. Look at that, 4 DTs. I love that DTs are just basically what Zest's army is this game.
Yeah.
And last game as well. 15 probes end up going down, though. So yeah,
Ouch.
the DTs killed everything, but probes, many died.
RagnaroK's losing a lot of his army over here. Here comes the second Nidus. There is an army headed over here to try to prevent this, but the Swarmos just now come out. Oh, he actually didn't have his time to yeah.
Oops.
Okay, he was not
Yeah,
in
they
sync
don't do
here.
anything that
You
time.
actually need to have the Nidus like finish at the same time that they can pop out and come in here with another wave from Locust.
Okay, so many Phoenixes across the map right now.
Does he
Once
just go
again,
for the Nexus?
Yeah, I think he should. The thing is, you can almost go for anything. This many Locusts is going to kill whatever it wants.
Okay, the Nexus goes down. It's now 2 base here. But we have a counter push coming here from Zest.
Can this counter push do anything?
I don't
it looks
think
like
so.
such a weak army. It's like 4 DTs and 4 Stalkers and 4 Zealots.
It is odd seeing him just use DTs like as fighting units,
Yeah.
you know?
Maybe he figured it out.
Okay, here comes that push now. Now there should be another wave of Swarmos here to help defend. Not sure.
Oh, he's got to back up from those Locusts.
He does not want to have anything to do with these Locusts here.
You know what? With the Phoenixes here, like, yeah, obviously you can shoot down these Locusts, but the actual standing army of RagnaroK is quite weak. Just like the actual standing army of Zest.
it is quite weak, but
They're a
I
match made in heaven.
But I actually think he can still hold this. There's just no Nexus that's been remade.
Yeah.
He invested too much in trying to warp in to reinforce that attack, and okay, here we go. He's going to make it now.
This is a very interesting game. Now there are Corruptors out. I believe the Phoenixes can actually fight them if they target, because he has +1. But do you want to actually trade these out? They're still valuable in other ways as well. Ooh, I like that he's drawing the Corruptors away a little bit while getting ready with the Prism to do something. We'll see what he can get done, though.
Okay, now is where I think RagnaroK can easily get a closer. Once the Protoss lets up, you then go get the Swarmos to go back to what they're doing. And hitting that Nexus there is exactly what you need to do. Oh my god. With the Corruptors just completely killing that Warp Prism. We have the attack coming in here. I think the Archons are actually doing some decent damage killing workers in their main.
And there's not that many Locusts. He's on the cooldown still, so.
I say that, but there's no drone count. Death count's going up here, so the Archons are doing something else over there.
And it looks like, I think he just has enough that he should be able to hold on against this attack. Especially with those Locusts coming out. I think that's it. Wow, look at that.
It looks like RagnaroK's going to be our first player to survive Group D.
Kind of smashing, too. Like, he lost that first warm-up game against Classic.
Yeah.
But 4-0, basically, right?
Beautifully done. RagnaroK is going on to the round of 8, and he could not look happier. We are getting more of these guys, like rising stars here.
So that means he's against Maru, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, he's
I think so.
Right? Yeah.
Andy's nodding.
Yeah.
He says, and I'll go with Andy on that. Yes, he plays against Maru. Zest, he's not eliminated, of course. He'll be waiting in the final match of the day. But we're going to go to that interview now. We're going to see how RagnaroK's feeling now that he has really outperformed these Protosses today and has now moved on to the round of 8. And also, happy birthday to him. Best gift of all, not getting eliminated from GSL.
Hello guys, we are going to have an interview with RagnaroK, the first winner of tonight's match. Congratulations, thank you.
정말 축하드립니다.
Oh, sincere congratulations. This is your career high as you move on to the round of 8. How do you feel?
원래 8강 가면은 엄청
Well,
좋을 줄 알고
moving on to the round of 8,
좀 내가 어떻게 될까 한번 생각을 해봤어요. 막
I thought I'd be
울진
really
않을까
happy.
생각을 했는데 근데 생각보다
But you know,
정말 제 생각보다 제가 플레이가 엄청 잘 되진 않았지만
I don't think my plays were all that
상황이 좀
satisfactory.
이렇게 흘러 잘
But
가가지고
all the situations were favorable to me.
좀 그 기쁜 마음은 없는 것 같아요.
You know, so I'm not really getting the feeling of euphoria yet.
1위 진출이라는 데 큰 의미가 있는 것
And you move on as the first
3명의
winner.
프로토스와 유일한 저그 신이범 선수의 조였는데 이렇게
And there was 3
프로토스가
Protoss and 1 Zerg in the
도움이
group.
되셨나요?
And do you think that's going to help you in the
원래는
round of 8?
제가 토스전을 못하기로 좀 유명.
Well, I'm pretty bad at
많이
DVP,
했는데 패치가 되고 나서
but with the patch,
갑자기 접부전에 밸런스가
I
딱 적으로
suddenly got
기울길래
really good at ZVP, and the balance kind of, you know,
덕을 좀 본 것 같아요.
it's kind of ruined.
와, 그럼
So I think I
밸런스를
took a lot of
깔끔하게
benefit from
인정하고
that.
지금 인터뷰를 들어가시는 거네요.
그쵸. 네. 밸런스 뭐 어차피 제가 말해도 이제 다음
You know,
시즌 내년이니까.
Even if I talk
패치는
anything about the balance,
상관없으니까.
I don't think it's gonna be patched. But I don't care if it's patched.
솔직하게 이야기를 하셨습니다. 자, 오늘 재미있는 경기 보여주셨습니다.
You know, we've had some really fun moments today.
기사에 일벌레 60기가
And 60 drones were killed by the Dark Templar. And that was really weird to watch.
그러면서도
But even if that happened,
이렇게 잡히는
you
일벌레
did win in the
걱정이
end.
되셨나요?
But were you worried a little bit?
원래 그 빌드를 예측을 하고 있었어요.
You know,
빠른
I kind of anticipated that.
예측을 하고 있었는데 이게 아무래도 처음에 대군주 소급을 하다 보니까
But
바로
you know,
찍는 빌드여가지고
going for the pneumatized carapace upgrade first, there was quite a risk,
그래가지고
and I was shaken a bit in some moments, and I think I thought I was gonna lose.
좀 가난하게 가는 거다 보니까 제가 털려도
But
괜찮더라고요.
even if my base
근데
gets
그 후에 너무
quite destroyed, I was
털려가지고
quite
이거
fine
진짜
with that.
너무 보기
But you know,
이거
60
보여드리기
drones, that was
죄송한
really critical.
경기력이라고 생각을
So you know,
해가지고
definitely I was worried a bit.
그래서 그렇게 또 웃으셨던 것 같습니다. 자, 오늘 김도 선수와의 첫
And
경기도
in the match against
이야기해보겠습니다.
Classic,
아까
let's talk
패치
about
이야기를
that.
했는데요. 킹스코프에서
In Kingscope,
비난감비 대군주로 보고 맞춰간다는 그 작전은
you did
상대의 저격으로
go for the
완전히
pneumatized
실패였거든요.
carapace upgrade,
그런데 이후에
and that was
이렇게
anticipated by
심리 싸움을
Classic.
지고 나서 뮤탈리스크 운영을 보여주셨는데
But you did show phenomenal Mutalisk control,
이것도
and that was
혹시
really
시나리오에
good.
있었어요?
And did you prepare for that?
원래 뮤탈을 많이 뽑는 걸 제가 선호를 하지 않아요.
I really prefer
원래
going for
뮤탈을
mass
한 8마리 정도
Mutalisks.
뽑고 이제 상대방한테 이제 불사조를 강요한 다음에
And that
그런
forces the Phoenix out of the
흘러가는 걸
opponent.
좋아하는데
And I enjoy the build.
뭔가
신났잖아요.
썬더버드 2세트에서는
In Thunderbird, second game.
일벌레가 너무 안 털려가지고 이건 뮤탈로 계속 뽑으면은 상대방이 흔들릴 거라고
Going for
생각을
mass
했어요.
Mutalisk, I knew that my opponent would be shaken from that.
연습 때는 그런 상황이 한 번도 안 나왔는데
So in the scrims,
방송에서
that
그런
rarely
상황이
occurred.
쉽게 이기는 것 같아요.
But I think I took an easy win from
불사조를
that.
강제하고 고위기사를 억제하는 것뿐만 아니라
Forcing a Phoenix out of the opponent and restraining the opponent from using the High Templars. That was a really good tactic.
이렇게 멋진 컨트롤을 보여주고
And you
생애
showed
첫 GSL
phenomenal
8강을
micro today, and you move on to your round of 8.
8강 상대는
And your round of 8 opponent
조성주 선수가
is none
당첨이
other than
되셨습니다.
Maru.
조성주 선수가 상대
Maru,
하게 됐는데
as your
어떠세요?
opponent, what do you think?
원래 오기 전에 조 2위를 해서
Well, before
저거대
coming
하고
here,
싶었어요. 왜냐면은
I wanted
제가
to
저거전에
come
너무
out
못해가지고 좀 극복을 하고
second
싶었어요.
place
그러니까
and go for
이병헌 선수가
ZVZ.
편해서 그런 게 아니라 그냥 극복을 하고 싶어가지고 저거대 저거전 하고
So I
싶었는데
did really prefer the ZVZ.
1등을 할 줄은 상상도
But I
못했어요.
didn't realize, I didn't think I would ever come first place in
조성주
this group.
선수는 정말 베테랑 중에
And Maru
베테랑이고
is a veteran out of veterans.
우승자입니다.
And he has won
이런 선수
3
상대로
championships
사전 인터뷰에서
in GSL.
도발로 좀 길을 또 죽이고 시작을 해야죠.
And I think you
도발
gotta
인터뷰도 자신
provoke Maru
있으신가요?
in this interview to, you know, show him who's the boss.
잘 하실 수 있죠?
Can you do it? No?
제가 그런 성격이 아니긴
You know,
한데
I'm not that kind of temperament.
그 작년에는 제가 성주와 2번 만났어요.
Last season I did play against him twice, and that time it was an underwhelming performance from me.
그때 모습은 안 보여줄 수 있을 것
So I'm not
같고.
gonna show him that kind of performance this time.
성주가 굉장히 잘하잖아요. 제일
And
잘하잖아요.
Maru is, you know, a really good player, as everyone knows.
편하게 할 수 있을 것 같아요. 오히려.
But I think I can play
그래서
comfortably knowing that.
지더라도 만약에 지더라도
So even if I
정말
lose,
좋은 경기력으로
I
하고
think, you know, I think I will be able to
기대하고
play well.
있겠고요. 자, 마지막으로 응원해 주시는 팬분들께
And
한마디
any
해주시죠.
last message to your fans who are cheering for you?
제가 항상 방송을 열심히 하다가
You know, I've been streaming really hard, and during tournaments I tend to slack off a bit.
그 기간 동안 많은 분들이
So in that period,
메시지를 많이 보내주세요.
a lot of the people have sent me
그래가지고
cheerful
그것 때문에
messages.
많이 응원도 많이
So that
받고
was really,
오늘도
I'm really grateful for that.
주셔가지고 치어풀도
And
만들었더라고요.
thank you to all the fans who made beautiful
승자전
cheerfuls.
하기 전에 좀 웃으면서 게임할 수 있었던
And
것
before the
같아요.
winners
그래서
bracket, I was able to play more
또 저를
comfortably
응원해주시는
thanks to that.
주변 지인분들이나 부모님한테
So again,
감사하다고 전해드리고
thanks to all the people who helped me out.
다시 한번 생애 첫
Once
GSL
again,
8강
congratulations on
축하드립니다.
making it to your first round of 8. Thank you.
이렇게 D조의 1위 진출자
Alright,
신입범
sick.
선수
Now we've got
만나봤는데요.
3 Protoss
계속해서
players
GSL
left, Artosis.
이벤트를 안내해
That's right.
드립니다.
One of them's going to advance We'll see who wins this next match, Deer or Classic.
Probably Deer dies, but
I think so.
I hope it's a good match. By the way, if you're in the studio, hang on to your tickets. We're giving away T-shirts and photo albums. Hardest part of the job right there.
Yeah.
Remember what we're giving away?
I like how the list gets shorter and it's harder for you.
I know. I'm like the Benjamin Button of casters. I'm getting worse as every cast goes on. But yeah, we do have a giveaway at the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I do hope this next match is actually close.
Yeah, we should be giving away ASL umbrellas today, though, or GSL umbrellas.
Yeah. It should just be giveaways for stuff from other games. It doesn't even make any sense, like Cartwright mouse pads. We're going to go to that break now. When we come back, a PvP. Don't go away.
우린 여행도 안 가고 클럽도 안 가고 놀러도 안 간다면 대체 무슨 의미로 인생을 낭비할까? 우린 너무 힘들었어 어깨가 뭉쳤어 돌멩이와 같아요 이건 세게 눌러도 왜 자꾸 뭉칠까? 우린 왜 이렇게 힘이 들까? 우린 왜 이렇게 잠이 올까? 우린 왜 이렇게 잠이 오지? 그냥 그럼 자버리면 어떨까? 그럼 큰일 나지. 엄마한테 혼나고 상사한테 혼나도 동네 백수 친구들이 있어 난 행복하죠. 근데 그 행복도 잠시 술이 장기에 담겨있을 때 얘기지 내일 되면 창피해져. 어릴 때 동네 친구들과 형들한테 빙을 뜯기던 꿈을 꿔서 억울한데 국민연금에 생활비와 또 카드값 밥값에 비하면 너무 양반이지었대. 맛집도 못가 줄이 너무 길어 인생은 짧은데 줄이 너무 길어 오늘도 편의점 도시락을 꾸역꾸역 잠깐 자리내 꾸역 넘보면 우린 여행도 안 가고 클럽도 안 가고 놀러도 안 간다면 대체 무슨 의미로 인생을 낭비할까? 우린 너무 힘들었어 어깨가 뭉쳤어 돌멩이와 같아요 이건 세게 눌러도 왜 자꾸 뭉칠까?
넌 이 삶이 아름다워 사랑으로 넘쳐 황홀경에 빠져있네 그건 아마 멀린 안 보는 너의 근시 때문일 테야 그러니 시력 탓을 하거나 집을 못 떠나게 하는 따뜻한 물이 담긴 욕조 탓을 하거나 자꾸 플러스 많은 팔로워 수나 체크하며 살아 그러다 밥그릇 뺏기면 울지 말아요 어깨를 많이 키워도 약할 일 없게요 누락된 적 없던 삶의 생탓하게요 나 같은 꼬맹이 또 피식 난 못 참아요 나의 일그러진 세상에 나 하고픈 말 참으며 살면 무슨 재미로 살아 나의 예쁜 목소리로 덩치들을 패야 좀 살만해요
우린 여행도 안 가고 클럽도 안 가고 놀러도 안 간다면 대체 무슨 의미로 인생을 낭비할까 우린 너무 힘들었어 어깨가 뭉쳤어 돌멩이와 같아요
2019 Mountain Dew GSL Season 3 Code S Reversal.
Welcome back. It's time to kill one of our players.
Deer versus Classic.
I think it's going to be Deer.
I think so. Classic's PvP is really strong.
Well, Classic's just an absolutely terrifying Protoss player. I don't know, man. I mean, it's so weird. Sometimes, and players would say sometimes Deer, they think he's like the best player that's there.
Yeah.
And then other times it's like days like today.
Well, yeah, he's got the respect of all the pros, which really means something. That's
right.
Probably the highest accolades you can get. But if you don't deliver, then it doesn't, a lot of people would trade those high accolades for delivering when it matters, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, this is one of these things that sometimes, you might have one player who's like got a higher ladder rank or performs better, but then this other player can actually win under pressure. Mm-hmm. And Deer
is a professional gamer. That's actually where it counts.
That's where the money is. That's where the success is. We're going to go to GSL Cobalt, so let's see what a PvP on this map looks like. This is Deer versus Classic.
Fight! Newbie, Deer. Makers, Classic.
So, Cobalt. It's kind of interesting to see this map being played right now in a PvP. They are vertical spawns, so it might play somewhat normally, right?
Well, one thing about
right side of the map not
PvP, PvP in general is that long distances apart does not mean the games will not have rushes. Unlike a lot of the other matchups where it's like, oh, well, they're so far away. Robo-based armies, I guess is the right way to put it, will take a lot longer. That is true.
To walk, but Warpins really do not.
Yeah, once you get there, then you can actually reinforce very easily with Warpins.
Yeah. So we'll see that.
I think you're probably right, Artos. Is at the bottom right side of the map. It might not get a lot of attention, but you can always hide a base. You can always hide tech over there.
That's true.
And this is one of those maps that's so big that you can probably hide tech and almost be guaranteed it's not going to be spotted.
That's super true. It's not. You can't even send hallucinations towards the right side of the map because they'll die before they get to see anything. It would be like the stupidest use of hallucination. If someone hallucinates scouted, like if he puts a building in the bottom right and a hallucination goes from Classic space over there, I think we can all agree that Classic's map hacking.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right? Like, there's just no way.
We're like, pause the game, pause the game.
It seems like he's going to build something there, though. What? I mean, it's almost further away from Classic's base than his own base is, so I feel like it'll be like a Twilight Tech maybe.
Probably.
Maybe it's like a DT rush. The one thing it can't be is a robo.
What if it is a robo? We're like, huh.
Could be additional gates or something. Yeah, you know, if it's a robo.
That's where I go. Disqualify both players now.
Yeah. Like what?
There's like, what? I didn't even do anything.
Told you.
Like, I saw how you played against Zest.
Yeah. Okay, Nexus finishing up here for Classic.
Slanted probe comes up here, and it confirms that there is a Nexus here. Oh my God! What?
Yeah, just go right in.
Yep.
Help
All
yourself.
right, I guess you can.
Yeah. So Twilight coming up from Deer. So he's gonna try to really, you know, go after this right away. What is that? Twilight can't do anything here, right? It can't.
Well, what do you mean Twilight can't do anything here? Like, what do you?
Oh, okay. He's making a Nexus too. Because when he made the Twilight, it looked to me like, oh, this must be a one base play. But against the build he's up against from Classic, where he already has the Nexus, you can't see the Nexus and then make a Twilight and be like, I'm going to kill that Nexus, because he's going to have 2 Immortals before Blink is done 100% of the time.
This is just straight up DT rush here.
Yeah. Okay,
now,
so that's
Classic's Robo is coming along, but we need to wait and see. Okay, like, does he have an observer in the right spot? You know, PvP. You have to make sure that your observer is there. I mean, if let's say the observer goes across the map,
you need to
and
make
the
sure
DTs can loop around the scouting path.
DT is not the most popular opener. There's some possibility that you're
It's
more
among the least
expecting,
popular.
aggression, and then maybe you don't even make the observer,
yeah,
right?
See, we have a Warp Prism being made, and I mean, maybe he'll even make an Immortal after that, and
yeah, it's
the
a real
tech will be
possibility.
there, but the unit that counters it is not.
Yeah, this is definitely something that can occur. Wow. Okay, observer is actually being made, so
Okay.
Classic playing it safe.
Is he going to actually find this?
That would be really funny if he finds it.
It's a very nice carpet over at the spawn over there.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, good in front of my fireplace. So
How
here's-
is the carpet in such good shape once the hatchery dies and the creeper seeds? That's my question.
Yeah, that
You'd
is
think
a
it would
good,
be
it's
destroyed.
a little bit weird. Yeah, you think it'd be ruined. Okay, blocks the adepts. Where's the observer now? Oh, right where it needs to be. Well, hold on, the army's not there though, so he will run right through the observer's
splitting
line of
these
vision.
up. I mean, yeah, he's not quite ready.
He's been too preoccupied trying to stop these adepts. And now,
oh, look at that, and the adepts in the main base as well.
okay, well, there was actually a lot less probes killed than I thought it was going to be, but he did get up to 8. Oh, hold on, that's
Yeah.
also still alive. Okay. Wow, these guys both taking a beating here.
Yeah, they really are.
Oh,
Gets
takes
the
the Warp Prism out. Yeah, very hard on Cobalt to actually keep your Warp Prism alive. There's no, unlike almost all the other maps, there's no vacant space where you can hover that and ground units can't get to it.
No dead air space there. On the sides of the mains there are, of course, because
Right.
you have that kind of islandy area. But yeah, not as simple for hiding in the main or right behind. Yeah, that was a lot of damage from both sides.
Yeah,
Right.
very nicely
So
done.
where are we at right now then?
Well, it's weird because they actually lost the same number of workers, so it's like things sort of balance out. But it was DT Tech, whereas Classic went for Robotech, and I think Robotech is a little bit better, but we see Zealot Legs is being upgraded and more gateways are being thrown down here. So I guess we're going to have some kind of a charge lot timing attack come out.
Yeah, that I could see that being a reasonable follow-up for this.
And you know, there's not Templar tech yet here for Classic, so you can't just get Archons, which are the direct counter to those Zealots.
Yeah, you're trying to kind of abuse what they've got. Ooh, he actually finds the tech. Might have to warp in a DT down there.
No, this is just funny.
Yeah, you can't let charge be canceled. Does charge get canceled anyways?
Well, I mean,
I think it does.
This really allows you to actually take a moment and appreciate.
No, it does.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is actually really funny.
Well, this is funny. If he kills that, he needs to stand in front of the pound.
Stand there! Body block! The body blocking is real!
That's so handsome. Oh my god.
That was sick.
I can't believe he saved that. Wow. And the hold position on the DT, if he hadn't done that, man, you don't get charged. And suddenly your
But
build
he's going to
is-
make a stalker.
Oh, it's just...
Oh, it's going to be charging. Oh! I love this. Oh, 10, 9,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is that speeding up? Did that speed up?
He cheated.
That wasn't going per second. That was crazy.
And, of course, you can have an unpowered Dark Shrine and still make DTs, guys. It's no problem.
Yeah. Can't get your DT blink, but who cares?
Yep. Now the whole game's going to be about trying to send a probe down there and the other player trying to stop it so he can power it again. Okay,
Well,
he comes in, insta-unpowers this little area here, but there's 3 Immortals behind the Gateway and the Cybernetics core.
Yeah, I mean, with those 3 Immortals in the Prism, this is seeming like a hard journey to actually kill him off. All right, going to hop his Immortals over to the other side, but these, oh, my God, the Immortals just slaying right now. Ouch. If only he had, I don't know, the buildings were just laid out so well here. All the Stalkers stuck behind, unable to get their extra damage in. Still gets 12 probes so far. Oh my God, is there no detection here? The DTs are just slaying everything.
I guess there is no detection. I guess after
he literally doesn't have an observer right now. He doesn't have an observer.
He's unpowered the Robo.
Oh my God, he's just gonna kill him.
Yeah. He just has no way to actually get any detection out, and already the army here for Deer is too strong.
Wow.
GG. Whoa.
I thought Classic was going to end up holding that because the Immortals slain the Archons so hard.
Oh,
but
yeah. Oh, and look at Classic. He is not happy with this.
Oh, no.
He is a sad bear.
He's a very sad bear.
Wow, that sucks for Classic, but I'll tell you what, really slick win there by Deer. That was cool.
Yeah, no, that was a good win.
I'm all for Deer. Deer's winning his GSL, guys. Yeah. I'm a Fairweather fan.
My gosh. I mean, I would like to see it. But yeah, that was a weird game when you think about it. Very, very peculiar game. Huh. Anyways, Triton, our next map.
Okay. Triton it is. I don't know. Let's just see what they do, man.
Yeah. Well, that's most PvPs, isn't it?
Yeah, there's really no way to be like, well, on this map, it's mostly like, well, we just got to wait for the text to come out. Yeah. But hey, man, Deer 1-0 right now against Classic. Okay. And our game's ready, so let's go ahead and hop into that now.
Fight!
Newbie, Deer. Makers, Classic.
Yeah. No question that Zest cheering for Deer here.
Yeah, there's always that. There's always that narrative of the guy that's in the final match who's just hoping that the player that he thinks is worse is somehow going to win in an upset. And then he gets an easy kill. I mean, I know Battle Royales are all the big thing, but really GSL was like, is that the first Battle Royale? I think it is.
Oh, sure. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
We were the first.
They all
everything,
copied
basically.
us.
Yeah. Well, everything copied StarCraft, truly.
Yes.
Everything except Quake, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe Counter-Strike has some say there in Street Fighter. That's it, man.
Yeah, I'd say it's Street Fighter, shooting games, and StarCraft.
You know, if I was Thanos and I had all the Soul Stones or whatever.
Oh, hello to the Russian team.
Oh, sick. But if I was Thanos and I had all the Soul Stones, you know how he snaps his fingers, right?
Yeah.
And deletes like half of everything.
Yeah.
I would do that with esports. I'd snap my fingers. Okay? And I feel like this would be good. And people would be really upset. And there'd be like these nerdy Avengers trying to fight me off. And be like, no, we like our esports. I'm like, no. All we're going to have left is...
It's us in Rocket League.
I'll keep around Counter-Strike, fighting games, and StarCraft. The rest you get out of here. Done.
Wow. Artosis, you'd make a great supervillain.
I really would.
Yeah.
I really would. Or one of those very reluctant superheroes.
A very reluctant superhero? No,
Yeah.
Artosis, you'd be a villain. And we make your Marvel movie, we'd have this whole thing of you like losing to DTs as a kid and how it destroyed you and turned you into a bad person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're cheering for me to
I'll
win,
kill
right?
all the Terran players. In other words, all the humans. The world will be more beautiful when they're gone.
Try to argue with that.
Yeah.
So Immortal coming out with that Proxy Robo of Classic. The quicker Nexus here for Deer. Is Deer going to be able to hold on? Is the big question. I think the natural 100% no. Ooh, this is... I feel like I like this a lot from Classic. Getting that Sentry. Yeah, I think that was nice. So you need every little thing you can get here to hold on. I like the build, but maybe you can get some Immortals out. Oh, the shield battery's on the low ground. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to hold against this, though.
All right, let's see if he can actually hold it, man. It's going to be tough.
No. Those two shield batteries.
There's nothing to say here.
Warping in. There they
There
are.
they are. They're done.
All right, they finished.
This is the best part of this PvP.
Yeah. He's going to force field the ramp and kill everything.
All right. I actually really like the placement of that. Because when you come in here to attack, you would not initially think that there's anything that you could to charge that. But he's able to now micro these back and still have the batteries covered.
Ooh! Nice micro there by Deer. Really? Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was silly of me to
Deer
think that he
punches
was just
back.
going to smash through.
Oh, hold on. He might be overextending here. He gets a nice warp in.
Yeah, he's got to make
Stalkers
sure.
have to back up. Here's the Immortal over here for Deer, though.
Ooh.
And that's usually the easiest way to
Damn.
counter the Immortal in this push is you get your own Immortal here. He's actually doing a really good job microing that back. And now the Warp Prisms, it's going to be hard because it can easily be run under and then targeted down.
But now he's got two Immortals against 0. Of course, there is another one making right now for Deer, no doubt about that.
Was it unwise for Deer to push out that far in that fight? Is that what we saw there?
Yeah, well, I think you go from fighting on the top of a ramp to fighting at the bottom of a ramp, and that's never going to be smart. But he killed enough units that I think he felt like he could jump on it and end the game. But you have the Nexus, and you know your opponent does not. So, yeah, it seems like that was a bit of an overextension there. But I think he's still completely fine, you know? And as soon as this slows down a little bit, he can get his probes making and he'll be good. 3 Immortals now for a Classic.
You know, the longer that this rush doesn't work, the worse it gets for Classic. You need to do something.
Yeah, he's looking for an in here. All right, drops out these 2 Immortals. He has the shields ready. Trying to target them down. Good micro from Deer. Juggling these hurt Stalkers super well. Really good juggling.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Classic's got to make this work, and I think every passing second it's getting less and less likely.
Those Immortals are pretty low health, a couple of them at least.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, what is making this very, very hard.
I mean, how perfect can your micro be to make this work?
And it's harder now.
He shaded the Adepts in. This is actually the start of what you might be able to, well, he's not doing anything with it, though. Okay, he's going to have the Immortals come in from the top.
Okay, that's good. This is a really nice move. Let's see what he can pick off. He can reduce his Stalker number. Don't forget, like, yeah, you have more probes as Deer, but not all that much more. So if there's continued cost efficiency here, oh man,
he's
he
trying
can
to
force
pull
field the
them apart
ramp
from
now.
2 different sides now with the Warp Prism, pulling some attention away. Again, there's no massive units to squish the force field, so force fields actually play a huge role here. Again, those batteries really coming into play here. The Warp Prism comes back around. Now it's all 4 Immortals. 4 versus 2 here as Deer's numbers are beginning to dwindle.
Yeah,
and he did not get a pickup on that one Immortal.
No, he did end up losing that.
Okay,
These Immortals getting so unbelievably low, but they do still have their Prism. Oh, he loses one. 2 left.
Okay.
I think Deer held it.
Yeah.
I think it's done.
Wow. So he's going to continue to pursue this all the way across the map. Again, no expansion for Classic.
The
I'm
counterattack
actually a little bit
coming down.
surprised this is going to come in here.
Now, Classic has to make something happen. He can't sit back defensively, right?
Classic fighting for his GSL life now. Now it's 1 Immortal.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea by Deer to try to push out on the map and then take out the pylon that powers that Robo.
Yeah, well, Immortals are really the only chance here for Classic. He just does not have enough anymore. That's it. That's it. He lost the Prism with that Immortal in it. Now he's fighting with less Immortals. Yeah, you can micro until you're blue in the face here. Not gonna help you
Micro
out.
until you're blue in the face? Yeah.
You have less Immortals and no Prism, and less Gateway units too. It's like pretty much everything's bad right there.
Okay.
So
Classic now with no Robo. That's it. GG. And wow, Deer turning PvP around. You can see how happy he is in Classic.
Yeah.
Definitely salty after that loss.
Well, that was a rough one. I felt like he was going to break it. It was some good micro from Deer. The 2 batteries, I guess, actually were fantastic, and I'm stupid, but it was good micro. I think that Deer only made one mistake, maybe over chasing, which gave Classic a bit of a chance. I liked some of Classic's moves too, the shade up into the main, trying to pick off Stalkers non-stop, maybe taking a bit too much damage on those Immortals. He didn't have too much buffer. He really had to have perfect micro there at the end, and it wasn't quite there.
Well, GG Classic. So now we got a rematch. We got Classic versus, Deer versus Zest here. Zest dominated, but this is Deer's chance for redemption. We're going to a short break. When we come back, our final match for Group D in the GSL.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat, head pulled down over your eyes. Every part of you wants to surrender, but darling, you were meant to survive. With every star, we are born again. Open your heart, spend less time in your head. With every star, we are born again. Open your heart, spend less time in your head. Just like a seed in a garden, you will grow to be tall, staring out over miles of land without it, but wanting to build up walls. Lift me up in your branches, we can watch the sunrise. Just a couple of bruised up souls that believe that it was worth one more try. With every star, we are born again.
자, 패자조 매치입니다. 김대엽 대 조성주의 첫 번째 세트 킹스코브에서 시작하겠습니다.
하는 것도 괜찮을 수 있고요.
자, 지뢰 세기 드랍인데 반응이 약간 늦어요. 반응이 늦어요.
프로토스가 굉장히 세거든요.
공방기.
우회 병력이 뭔가를 이제 해줘야 되겠죠.
자, 그리고 대박 났어요.
좀 유령 많이 잡았는데요.
유령 한 4기 잡지 않았나요?
네. 이러면 싸울 생각이 없더라도 좀 싸워볼까 싶기도 할 정도예요.
네, 그대로 갚아줬죠.
네? 전지용도로 쓰지
자,
못했는데.
갑니다. 센터 쪽에 전술핵까지 사용해주고 있고, 자, 주요 거점인데 이쪽에 EMP 다 들어갑니다.
이제 핵을 조성주 선수가 마음껏 쓸 수 있게 됩니다.
라이도 안 하고 써요.
라인이 조금씩 밀려지면서 이제 김대엽 선수가 반대로 더욱더 압박을 받을 수밖에 없습니다.
네.
이런 플레이들이 조금 더 일찍 나왔어야 됐어요.
근데
자, 그리고 EMP 그리고
그래프병
분열기까지
빠진 걸.
숫자 줄어들고 있습니다.
불력병력 빠진 거 봤잖아요.
네.
자, 이쪽에는 충전소가 많지 않다 보니까
오, 네,
수가
폭포가 다
없어요.
잡힙니다. 폭포가 다 잡히고 해방선까지 자리를 잡습니다.
아, 이게 이 정도까지 테란에게 기회를 줘서 안 됐어요.
네. 자, 그리고 핵까지 사용을 해주고 있고 양방향 핵입니다.
일단 엇갈린 병력이 얼마나 소래 확장을 파괴할 수 있느냐 싸움으로 이제 바뀌었는데요.
아우, 핵이 떨어지면서 근데 사정 38기. 자, 소비까지.
아니, 3번 적중입니다.
사면 핵입니다. 사면 핵.
파괴력이 너무나도 많습니다.
네. 자, 가스 많이 사용해서 암흑기사 대량으로 뽑았는데 그거마저도 다 잡혔고요.
네, 아이고, 핵 3번을 다 맞을 줄이야.
자원은 많은데 인구수 30. 취재. 네, 안 됐습니다.
근데 보통 저 사거리를 이용해서
자,
싸우는데
오, 그냥 밀고 들어가는 해방선 자리 잡고.
이건 프로토스의 조합이 바뀌지 않았으니까 EMP 믿고 싸우는
네.
거거든요.
자, 일단 EMP 계속 사용을 해주고 있고 허리 돌려주려고 하고 있는 조성주.
문제죠.
자, 먼저 들어갑니다. 거신 머리 위쪽에 EMP 다 들어갔고 해방선 추가가 됩니다.
그럼 행성세 또 끼고
행성요새 끼면서 뒤쪽으로 빠져주고 있고 포커해주고
pomp
있네요.
때릴 때.
밀어내는 분위기인데요. 조성주가 거신 2기 남았는데 거신 순식간에 삭제.
아이고, 이러면 그렇다면
분열기 대박.
본진을 파괴할 수 없다면 프로토스라도 본진의 소환이 되어야 되는데 근데 지금 전략 소환인을 쓸 수 없잖아요.
네.
그럼 저 병력이 붕 뜨게 됩니다. 김대엽 선수.
자, 그래도 이렇게 병력을 잘라준다면 남질 않았지만 김대엽의 미래도 어둡습니다.
네.
그마저 거신 잡혔죠.
이번 세트 놓치면 이제 기회가 없거든요.
네. 스플래시 데미지를 넣을 수 있는 유닛은 이제 없습니다.
대공도 많이 부족한데요.
네.
해방선이 너무 많죠.
취재! 썬더버드에서 조성주가 승리했고 최종전으로 갑니다. 최종전 첫 번째 세트 강민수 대 조성주의 맞대결 1세트 시작하겠습니다. 자, 이렇게 전차 자리 잡기 전에
이거 미리 맹독기가 나오는 일벌레로 바꾸다 보니까 병력이
네.
아직은 부족하죠. 자원이
그런데
남아요.
앞쪽에서 기갑병이
컨트롤!
자, 해병 하나 터졌어요. 자, 그리고 여기서 해병도 놓치나요? 놓쳤어요. 다 잡혔습니다.
지금밖에 없어요.
해병선 자리 잡습니다. 유령 뒤쪽으로 빠지고.
그래도 아직까지 점막이 많이 없기 때문에
자, 그런데 맹독충 지뢰 대박에 다 터졌습니다.
네, 이렇게 붉은 맷집도 좋았죠.
너무나 가능한데
지상 병력이 없고 공중에서 에어쇼가 펼쳐지고 있습니다.
이거
취재!
저울림을 더 눌러주는 건 약간 비효율적인데.
아니, 이거
수열 에너지가 없어서 이거.
네. 이거 제가 아는 스타크래프트 2 아니거든요.
이거 업 됐나요, 진짜 이거?
얼마만큼 잘 막느냐가 중요합니다.
자, 사화염차가 다 떨어지면 다 떨어졌어요. 다 떨어졌어요.
못 봤어요,
일벌레
못
5기 순식간에
봤어요.
7개, 9개.
저글링을 봤는데 강민수가 못 봤어요. 저글링
수비하는 저글링이 없어요. 다친 일벌레들이 있습니다.
이제는 못 막았다고 강제 은퇴시켰나요?
네.
이젠 안 되거든요. 더 이상은 안 됩니다.
자, 그리고 해병 뒤쪽으로 빠져주면서 전차 많이 줄였어요.
자, 그리고 바퀴 중심이라서
바퀴와 일벌레 여왕으로 수비 그리고 조성주의
본진 장악하면
지금 해병을 뽑아도 할 수 있는 게 없어요.
정면만 생각하면 그럭저럭 막을 만한데 이제 문제는 뮤탈까지 막아야 되니까요.
그렇죠. 지금 표면상으로 인구수 차이가 굉장히 많이 나지만 업그레이드로 충분히 극복할 수 있을 만한 조합이에요.
근데 이거 뮤탈리스크 쉽게 잃게 되면 진짜 큰일 나잖아요.
그렇죠. 왜냐면 테란이 타이밍을 잡으려고 할 때 저 소수뮤탈은 들어가서 저 반응로 기술실을 파괴해 주었어야 했어요.
공방엽 누르자마자 03업을 눌러줬습니다.
150대 200이면 그래도 저거 할 만한데.
자, 정면 쪽 러시 들어갈 때 12시 적에 부하장 1.3대요. 업살된 해병.
그리고 뮤탈이 이전에 많이 낮춰서 이거 끝까지
그 와중에 한 번 더.
네?
자, 그리고 뮤탈리스크 데리고 다닙니다.
이거 테란이 인구수 170까지만 올리면 정면 싸움 걸 수 있어요.
그렇죠.
다 나눠가졌잖아요.
그래도 잠복맹독충이 일을 한번 했고요. 지금 타이밍에는 이제 업그레이드 4단계가 차이 날 수 있습니다.
이 차이는 점막 안에서 싸워도 극복이 안 되기 때문에
자, 이거 일부러 유인.
바퀴로 한번 시간을 벌어줘야 돼요.
그렇죠.
그런데 포탑을 일단 확인을 했고요. 행성 요새.
자, 맞은 김에 싸우면 안 돼요.
입구 닫아뒀어요.
아,
입구 닫아뒀습니다.
야, 표 끊고 와.
그리고 트리플 지역.
이거 정면을 막을 수 있는 아직까지 업그레이드가 안 됐거든요.
그나마
방사목이 대기. 맹독충이 다 녹아요.
네, 이게 병력 구성이 안 돼요. 업그레이드 차이도 크고 붙어야 되는데 붙을 수 없어요. 점막 위인데도.
저 업그레이드와 병력 구성이 테란이 너무 압도적으로 좋습니다.
그렇습니다. 그리고 투토르가 뮤탈리스크 견제를 해주고 있고.
네, 아니면 저 뮤탈이 뒤로 돌아서 저 전차라도 끊어줘야 되는데요. 근데 업그레이드 차이도 큰 데다가 토르가 어머해주고 있다 보니까 그마저도 쉽지 않죠.
자, 뮤탈리스크 뒤쪽에서 전차 1.4 하지만 해병으로 수비를 해주고 있습니다.
이 라인
업그레이드
있어요.
차이가 너무 많이 나요.
네. 바퀴 막고 올라오는 그 병력 합류하면 이거 모였을 때 그걸 막을 수가 없거든요.
그렇습니다. 자, 다시 밀어내나요? 괴멸충 4기, 뮤탈리스크 하나.
뒤집힙니다.
네.
강민수 초반 괜찮았는데요.
그렇습니다. 취재! 조성주가 강민수를 잡아내면서 2위로 8강에 진출합니다.
Mountain Dew GSL Season 3 Codex.
Listen to that sound effect.
Reversal.
It's like Darth Vader's having a panic attack.
It's good.
Okay. Deer versus Zest. This is a rematch I did not ever think we were going to have. After what happened to Deer in the Zest games, after he got smashed so thoroughly, I thought Deer was going to disappear so fast. But then Deer, with a really great performance against Classic, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I thought Classic was like the obvious person to get out, but I'm completely wrong there.
Yeah.
He's dead. He's out.
Being
of
safe
Group D.
is the least safe thing you can do, Tasis. I've
You're
talked
right.
about this a lot. You gotta go out on the limb there and really.
So let's see what happens. I mean, maybe Deer can turn this around. I'm rooting for him.
Look at their faces. Zest has got this and he already knows it. Look how chill he is.
Yeah, but Deer, I think there's like anime voices in his head going on.
Does that say
if I use my powers correctly, if I execute my builds right, I could win this thing. Oh, all right, we gotta go. Thunderbirds man 1, by the way.
Newbie, Deer. Ocean Gaming, Zest.
Oh, it says Black Cross on the shirt.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I was trying to. It looked like you said Lick Cross. Like, what does that mean?
The one thing that Korea has no shortage of, Zest is best, simple and to the point. One thing Korea has no shortage of is shirts with English words that don't really make sense on them. Yeah.
They certainly have no shortage of that, but they spell them better than the Chinese shirts that don't make sense.
Yes, that's
true. A lot
true.
of misspellings on those to the point where it's like, whoa. Less misspellings here.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it makes it a little bit better for the shirts. That's my fashion tips for today. Artos's fashion tips.
I think that's your fashion ruling of the day.
Yeah, my
All right.
ruling.
Yeah.
Also, red shoes go with everything.
Yeah. Well, you didn't wear your red shoes today, Artos.
They got super wet when it was raining the other day.
Oh, man, yeah. There's
Let 'em
nothing
dry.
worse than when your feet get really wet and you have shoes on and you're like, oh, God.
Yeah. Getting trench foot.
Get trench foot, just living my nerd life, you know? You know what happened to Tasteless? Trenchfoot, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Serious stuff.
Didn't he listen to Lieutenant Dan and Forrest Gump? I mean, come on.
That's funny.
Robo build here for Zest.
Is he going to scout that a second probe? I don't know. Just went down that far.
I'm sorry. I said Lieutenant. I'm suddenly thinking of Bubblegum Shrimp.
That's your favorite restaurant.
Artosis always makes fun of me because whenever we go to BlizzCon, there's like Anaheim is such a weird area. It's like right next to Disneyland, and there's like just nothing but hotels and like a few weird restaurants. And so somehow we always end up going to Bubblegum Shrimp, even though I don't like it that much.
It's pretty good food.
It's okay.
Yeah. And it's close.
And then when we're at Bubblegum Shrimp, they're like, so you know how? So you have this sign come down. It's run, Forrest, run if you don't need us here. But then stop. I'm like, stop. Listen, I know. I've been coming to BlizzCon for like 12 years.
Yeah.
Oh, he got spotted too.
Well, we're going to run from that. If the Immortal pops out, you're in some serious trouble. Stargate on the way, double battery, so he's definitely not going to die.
You know what I'm going to do before BlizzCon? I'm going to go rewatch Forrest Gump, and I'm going to win the quiz at Bubblegum Shrimp.
You are pretty good at the quiz, actually.
Yeah, but this time I'm going to get everything down.
But actually, the reason why I always make fun of you for that it's your favorite, is one year you and I went there and ate, and then like people got in and you called them up and to meet up, and they were already there, so you had to go down and eat again.
And then more people came, and they're like, well, I'm like, where are you guys? Like a Bubblegum Shrimp. I'm like, I'm just going to be eating a Bubblegum Shrimp all day.
Yeah.
We're all meeting up at BlizzCon.
That was funny. That's why it's your favorite restaurant.
Actually, you know what's really fun to do is to say, I want to take the quiz, and then when they come over, make it really uncomfortable. Act like really disinterested when they're asking you the quiz for Bubblegum, for Forrest Gump. And what you do is when they say you want to take the quiz, then halfway through the quiz you say, I never watched the movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so he's got a Void Ray to try to help defend this.
And a second Void Ray on the way. I actually really like this type of defense, to be honest, against this. Like, if you get your Void Rays and you do not lose them, you eventually will hit a critical mass that is very scary
Yeah,
for this
it can
Robo
actually
build.
seesaw totally back.
Yeah. Now, if you end up losing Void Rays, though, you can really get into trouble.
Yep, but he's got a well-positioned Void Ray here. He's got a battery to help cover that.
Of course, Zest is the one that can expand at home at any time. So there's kind of like this almost a little bit of pressure going on. Look at that. The Adepts with the double Void.
Ooh. He's coming down.
Yeah.
Really good control here with the War Prism. Zest just staying out of range. One Void Ray getting low on HP. It does go down.
Yeah, a lot of damage output from this Void. He actually gets the Prism.
Oh my
That's
God.
pretty huge.
And there's still 2 Immortals on the ground. If he can target down these Stalkers in time.
More Stalkers coming down right now, and it looks like
God,
Deer has done it.
Yeah, even though Deer lost the Void Rays. Oh, so sick.
Very good micro there. That was really interesting, especially shading the depths on top of everything. They don't take as much damage, so great job there. And now gets to unpower this Robo. So they're sitting about the same amount of probes. A few more units for Deer, and obviously he's still got his tech up. Definitely have to look at nice advantage here for Deer.
Well, that was really well done. What is going on with Deer here? He's having a full 180 today, Artosis.
Yeah, no, he's playing nice. Playing nicely. Well, I liked the call for the Void Ray, and that was like an excellent jumping upon Zest with the shaded Adepts. I haven't seen people deal with it exactly like that with Voids. Normally, I feel like it's a more prolonged micro battle with Stalker Void Ray.
Right.
But that seemed really cool, and he nailed it, because that could have swung in the other direction a little bit, but he had his Guardian Shield and everything. It just kind of worked out. Feels like he's got that practice down very well. Wouldn't be surprised if we see more of that as the counter to the Proxy Robo when you find it.
All right, the Oracle gonna go ahead and gun down these Adepts here. What? Okay,
Is it though?
Yeah. Now, Phoenixes are continuing to be produced in secret here.
Yeah, that's actually a very smart counter here as well, because whatever your opponent has out of his Stargate, he's probably not making Phoenixes. But the Phoenixes are going to be able to counter. If you get up in Phoenixes in Stargate for Stargate, you have that advantage. But Deer is making his Nexus. He's got nice probe advantage right now. 4 to 5 probes up.
What do you think about this high-speed Adept chase, Artosis?
It's really exciting. I want to watch it more.
Oh.
And I'm sad it's over.
There was no more map for him to run to.
Yeah.
That's just it, Artosis. You know, all of StarCraft maps are squares. Or diamonds.
Or, you know, rectangles. There's been some circles, too, really. Some pretty bad circles. They aren't like perfect circles.
Well, in reality, the mini-map is always just a square.
That's true. The mini-map is a square
mini-map is always a
box.
square, yes.
Remember, we had like a roundish map that had air blockers, so it really was round in the playing field.
No, I remember that. Okay, Oracle goes down.
Look at that, deer double expanding.
Yeah, now, I'm actually a little bit surprised by that. Let's see how this works out, though. I mean, if you look on the production tab, there's a forge being made, so that doesn't. That tends to indicate that Protoss isn't, Zest in this case, is not going to be attacking out right away with his ground army. He wants to get +1.
Well, I think both of these make sense. If you go Phoenixes, you're not going to kill your opponent generally.
Not in a big fight right away. No,
they're more of a long-term unit. You gain value over time, gain little advantages over time. So to get the forge with that makes sense. And when Deer saw that it was Phoenixes being made, he realized, oh, I mean, you can't really pack a punch here. So why not just make a third Nexus? So I think some really smart stuff on both sides. Deer does have that that SCV or that probe advantage rather. And with the additional Nexus coming up, okay, there's finally the Nexus from Zest. It does feel like Zest Phoenixes have a lot to do because Deer just kind of has the advantaged economy right now. I'm very interested in the exact unit comps that we'll see. Look at this. Blink is on the way for Deer. He has a lot of Stalkers right now. Do you go for a massive attack? Just mass Blink Stalkers?
I don't know. I mean,
sometimes it sounds stupid, but sometimes stuff like that can work.
Well, Blink Stalkers are funny because if you can get the right engagement with them, things snowball. I mean, they can be manipulated in such a way, and you're also organically answering the threat of the Phoenixes as you do this as well. But I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think that would be something that's supposed to work if it's like 3-base versus 3-base on this map.
Yeah. Maybe he's just getting it to, combat the Phoenixes. He already has a lot of Stalkers, so obviously you want Blink with that. But this feels like a game where we're going to get to really high levels of tech. Like, not just Archon, Charge, Immortal, but probably a little bit more, maybe Disruptor or something like that. Because I don't think that they can actually... a lot of times games just end on 2-base or 3-base, but not on Thunderbird in PvP, and not in a situation like this. So you've got to add more tech. You can't just make the base ground army.
Well, the Phoenixes are becoming more and more obsolete. I mean, they can possibly use them in the final big fight, to remove Immortals and stuff like that. But
and if he does go into Disruptors, obviously that's pretty helpful.
Yeah. But I don't think they're going to be used very much more here to kill probes.
Especially with Blink out. You're going to take a lot of damage.
And so we're going into a real late game here, PvP, which is good because we've had a lot of super short PvPs. So I'm very happy to cast a long one here.
Totally. Some nice continued harassment. Triple feedback on that Phoenix. How much he cared. Flies right out
Consider
of that.
him fed, Artosis. More like throw grog, right, man?
Throw grog. It's very true.
Yeah.
That's what we're always calling him, is throw grog. You should really make all the nicknames for people.
Yeah. These nicknames are not going to write themselves, Artosis.
No.
So it's 5 gates coming down now for Zest. He's really powering up on 3 bases. He might actually attack in as Deer is taking his 4th. Deer has more supply, but it's actually in workers here for the new base.
A lot of it is Stalkers as well. So as your mortal count goes up, you definitely gain power. But because Deer did get a bunch of his economy going a little bit earlier, I could see him doing more of a swarmy approach to this, right? Archon, Zealot, Stalker for the most part. And in that situation, you can fight off these Immortal-based armies with a good spread. And this is kind of a wide open area out as we get a little bit more into the middle. What I'm trying to say, I guess, is that I don't feel like either side can or should attack yet. I feel like slightly slower 4th for Zest because he's more Immortal heavy and has Phoenixes, so he can't take it at the same time as Deer. But if he just slowly but surely expands while maximizing his supply and chrono boosting out upgrades, his army will scale better. So what does Deer do to fight against that?
That's a good question. Ooh, DTs.
Yeah, Dark Shrine.
Oh, nice. He's going to be able to get rid of this Observer inside of his main.
Best use of F2 all day.
Yeah. Get the entire army over there to get that Observer.
Get up there, everybody.
Some Zealots running around underneath it. I'm like, oh.
It'd be hilarious to
okay,
attack him right at that moment when his army's like stuck in between the two gates.
Now, it just so happens that Deer's army is on the other side of the map, ready to threaten the 4th. So if he does Zest does a mass warp in here, this is going to be a problem. But he denies that.
Yeah, you can't fight up this ramp. You cannot do it. It
Deer
cannot
says,
be done.
"Watch, hold my beer, Ortosis."
There's no way. He has to run away. It's a good. It was a good cancel on the 4th. that was strong. That was good. But look at that. Zest gets out of here.
Not as big as he thought back there.
Brings him down to the same probe supply here. Still harassing with those 4 Phoenixes. Those have really gotten a lot done.
I want to point out, I think he should have had some of his army stay back and try to stop this army from going down the ramp. That might have been the actual play that he should have done here, because he just let him go down, and now he's going to get a 4th. But I think had he recalled a minimal amount to chase that away and then kept that position, I don't think Zest gets this 4th base.
Okay. As long as you are happy to run away as soon as Zest calls you, I would say that's a really good move. You know, as soon as Zest is like, oh no, that's not enough to stop me.
Yeah.
Okay, so the army supplies that we're getting to, Deer cannot attack into this. Zest has maxed out at this point. And he's on 6 mortals against 0 mortals. So this is getting very tricky for Deer. Ah, look at that. Okay, so Deer is tech amp in multiple ways. I believe he's going to grab a mothership here and go into Disruptor. So there's the mothership. This army of Zest, he played this so beautifully well. Like, Deer did some great moves, but the fact that Zest just gave up his expansion, sat here and maxed out, that's the great equalizer when your army scales better. Oh, and he's actually going into Colossus instead.
Yeah, 2 of them at a time actually coming out now.
Yeah,
okay, +3 is just finished. Maybe if he gets a good angle here, he can actually topple this.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance that Zest can kill him.
The army's in this string formation here. Okay, the Archons are starting to curve around. Deer with a lot of Archons here.
It looks like that Prism, I don't know if that Prism's really that meaningful, but the Immortals are really the ones doing the work here.
Yeah.
Look at that. Just slaughtering.
And there's so many Archons in the way, those Immortals are never going to take any damage, but Zest, sticking with those DTs today, does push through. I'm sorry, that's Deer actually sending those DTs in there. And he's actually going to try to kill some probes, but this is just too much army. I mean, Zest is going to flatten Deer here.
Yeah.
And we're going to be...
Yeah, he's super duper dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a really cool game, though. This was I really liked this game. And I think that they both showed, excuse me, some of the power and timings of both their styles here. It's just... It was tough because he did keep... you know, those Phoenixes alive. I feel like Disruptors are probably your best value in a situation like that, but if he had been given more time and gotten out 4 or 6 Colossus, maybe he can defend against that.
GG.
Yeah.
All right, well, Zest showing that right now he is the guy in this group that has the handle on PvP, but Deer still has 2 shots to turn this around. Well, he has to win both of those shots.
He has to win both of those shots, that's right.
I thought Deer played that much better. Well, he definitely played it better than the first PvP these guys had, but...
Yeah, I think he played it well. I was caught off guard by how many Blink Stalkers he made right off the bat. I loved the speed of the 3rd Nexus. I think that was fantastic.
It was fun to theory craft what he might do, but it definitely was not a cleaner play than what Zest was doing.
Well, Zest's move was fundamentally easier to pull off as well. You're increasing your tech, and if they attack your 4th, you just move up your ramp.
Yeah.
And you're going to, at max supply, there's no fudging it. Your army's better.
Massive Mortal Archon is better than having a lot of Stalkers.
Yes, exactly.
So, map 2 will be on Triton. There's a lady singing in the background. Where'd she go? There she is.
Get her. The stones are inside her.
Okay. Deer versus Zest. Let's go.
Fight!
newbie, Deer. Ocean Gaming, Zest.
You know, speaking of the fifth element, and the blue singing woman with stones inside of her.
Yes.
How many doctors do you think she had to go to get one that would agree to sew stones inside of her body? Because that is some intense body modification.
Yeah.
I think most doctors would be like, I'm not going to lose my operating license or whatever it is.
My interplanetary operating
I had to go to school for as long as GSL's been around to get this. I'm not going to throw that away to put stones in you.
Also,
They're magic stones. Yeah, okay, you are crazy. I don't care how
Not just that, but
famous
it's
you
like,
are.
you know, because she gets shot, and then she's like, the stones are inside of me, and it's like, well, no more metaphors here. He just digs inside and pulls out stones. But it is an odd scene in that it's like, okay, well, she wasn't shot. What was the plan here? Were you guys going to go to like some weird hospital and they just get him removed?
Or is she just ready to die?
Yeah, it's what is the deal?
Just like seppuku, okay, here are the stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a really good question.
That'd be hurt and painful walking around.
Well, you probably get used to them over time. But wouldn't it
Becomes
always
part of you.
feel like you have to poop? Always?
Always.
Can you
Make
imagine
you crazy.
that? How long do you have to feel like that for?
Well, till Bruce Willis can come get those
She was
stones.
she was a real hero.
Yes. So, let's see what they do, Artosis. Both Sentry Stalker builds for now. Is he going to try to hide a little pylon up here?
Of course,
Yes,
it's
he
PvP.
is. PvP. Why would you not hide? It'd be crazy to not hide pylons.
I know. Try to play straight up. I'm just going to die. Well, both of them very similar builds, and their proxies are kind of close to each other. Not comically close like we sometimes see, but pretty close.
So there it is, Stargate. Not too close over to his opponent, but far enough away it might not get scouted.
What do you think for Zest?
Nexus.
I think Twilight.
Nexus.
Okay, well, you did nail that, but what about the proxy pylon? He's
You
not
see how
gonna put
safe
anything
I
there?
play that? I saw he was going to save up 400 minerals. I'm like, I know this
that's
one.
what you were doing.
I know this one, Artosis.
Yeah. No,
this
that's
is what
good.
9 years of casting gives you. When you see that many minerals, you go, that can only mean one thing.
Yeah. But what if you're
all the
watching
nerds around the world watching? Mind exploded, tasteless. How do you know? How does he do it?
Has he studied the meta so closely he just knows about the Nexus timings? No, he watches the minerals, actually.
Yeah. It's an old caster trick.
Yeah.
Oh, Stargate hidden over here.
Oh, that's funny, because he has that pylon there, which makes it seem like there's no hidden tech.
Yeah. It's like a red herring pylon.
That's
like, oh, no,
SOS
now I can't
level.
hide my tech.
Yeah.
Really?
Our pylon is under attack.
Okay, this keeps happening today where they just are barely not seeing
Yeah.
stuff.
It's one of the most important things to map out is what areas stay dark on normal scouting paths.
Well, the Adepts are coming forward. We do have the probe here to block.
Ooh, nice catch.
Oh, yeah, he's going to get an
Yeah.
assassinate on that sentry.
And now some probes, too. That's really nice. Zest getting his damage on. And look at this. The stalkers are all chasing him. Are there stalkers in your main? There better be.
Both getting oracles. This is getting interesting here. They're both going to bank him, too. How funny is this?
Well, not as if anyone's built a shield battery in their main mineral line today, so I don't know why they're banking them. Just go.
So there's actually a third oracle getting made here for Zest. I was wondering if we might have a moment where they both hit each other at the same time and both lose all their probes because things happen way too fast with oracles.
Yeah. Look at that. 4 probes right off the bat for Deer. Oh, he's going to lose one.
Okay. What? All right. 6.
Wrong probe.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
let's go see Zest's oracle play. Oh, I'm sorry. He
Yeah, I
actually
guess
that's
I
his
didn't
second
wanna-
one. I thought that was his third one making, which I thought was a little bit odd, but you know.
Well, yeah, I think you generally don't see him wait for 3 in this matchup.
Well, it wouldn't make any sense because it's not going to get you anything more since they're just 2-shotting workers.
Yeah, it's not like against Terran or tanking spore hits or anything.
Yeah.
Look at that, the 2 sentries in there. There's so many juicy targets, Stasis. What do
Here
you
we
even
go.
kill? This is a buffet for these 2 oracles. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, my God. The damage. The damage is so severe.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to come in here now, and there's really not anything to help defend right now in the main. And he's navigating this beautifully around the structures, the stalkers, and he gets away.
Oh, he gets away with both 11 kills compared to 8.
Even if Deer wins here, I mean, Zest already won in the Oracle Harass game.
Yeah.
Okay, that score has been settled.
He crushed there. Crushed. Poor Deer.
This makes it 34 to 44 workers, so a 10-worker lead here from Zest.
Yeah, that's pretty significant. Oracle's flying in for another pass, but do pass that observer. Oh. Really? Wow.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. He is best.
And it rhymes with Zest.
Exactly.
Only one letter difference there, Artosis.
And in some languages, maybe that's the same letter. I don't even know.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They're on opposite sides of the alphabet as well.
Second letter versus last letter.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay, so he's denied any more production here from the Stargate. This isn't very impactful.
No.
But actually, you know, bruising this Immortal is pretty nice. And actually, he's going to just be able to just kill it. No. Barely does not. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, I to be honest, Immortal HP is one of the more important things in this matchup. A lot of times when you're getting in fights, you just need to watch the Immortals and see, okay, like, are the Immortals safe? Or so
when they get that red, you know that they actually can die. Whereas this green one, we know can't die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pickup range really nerfed some of these Immortal drops that we see in this matchup.
Yeah, you cannot be anywhere near as abusive against that. 4 gates are coming down now for Deer. He's actually getting a Robo support bay as well. And as that's happening, it's actually Zest taking a 3rd Nexus.
So he is. Look at that. This guy's a little +1 already done. Ah, look at Deer. Okay, I like this from Deer, what he's doing right here, right? Blink plus Disruptor. I believe that that is what we'll see. There's a possibility we'll see Colossus. We have seen the rise of Colossus a little bit. Oh, he actually cancels it. Okay, never mind. I liked it, and now I don't.
Okay, the Archon's going to come in here now. He's going to be careful with these probes if they bunch together too much. That splash is going to be really hard to fight. Nice, 4 kills there. Getting this worker count a little bit closer together. So is Deer going to try to come out pretty soon here with just a big attack? Because if he's... Oh, I'm sorry. He actually is going to take a 3rd base. I spoke too soon. So I was going to say, if he just stays on 2 bases for too much longer, it's like the only thing you can do then is attack.
Yeah.
The guy on 3 bases. That's how the game works. So.
Truthfully, we should see an attack from Zest.
Yeah.
Zest should be hitting the 3rd base.
Zest will have the resources from his new 3rd that he got more quickly. That'll allow him to get a few extra gates and a little bit of a bigger army, and he should be having a pretty strong attack into Deer.
Yeah, he's about to have +2. He's heavy on gateway units, so if you're heavy on gateway units like we saw in the previous game, you know, it feels like it's not as good on Thunderbird because it's so easy to defend 3 bases, but in a situation like this, what you do is you eliminate their 3rd, and then you'll just consistently have enough army that the, you know, scaling towards late game for the 2-base Protoss with Immortals is going to be a lot harder. So I feel like what he should do is just eradicate this 3rd base and get into his own Robotech. Do not attack up that ramp unless you want to go to game 3.
Okay, and this is exactly what he needed to do. This is great. He's backing up, and I love this.
Good.
The Oracles are going to come in. This is so well timed.
So ridiculous.
Yeah. Wow.
Zest is playing so well.
Zest is so much better at PvP than everybody else today.
Yeah. Look at that. Just ridiculous amounts of damage. Now, there's a counterattack coming from Deer.
All right, and all Zest has to do is hold the counterattack off. These things are just never going to die. Those are the Immortals, okay?
He takes a concave here.
Yeah.
He should be able to hold this.
Yeah, he just needs to have the right unit spread here.
It's +2 against +1. He doesn't have Immortals, but this is exactly the situation that you're looking for as the gateway player.
Yeah.
And there's no economy behind it.
And there's no 3rd base making now for Deer either. It was not only denied, it was never restarted.
Ooh, I like this move.
This
I like
sick.
this a lot. Okay,
suddenly the angling here actually favoring Deer.
All right, going to fly in with these Oracles as well. Oh, he's trying to set up a stasis where that could be gigantic if it goes off. Oh my god.
Oh, beautifully done.
Yeah.
That allows him to then advance onto the Warp Prism.
And that is going to be that. Zest crushing face, just showing some magnificent PvP.
He's back, Artosis.
He never left Tasteless except for he didn't win some seasons he should have.
He'll be able to kill these units as the stasis thaws.
And that's that.
GG.
All right. Zest killing it here today in PvP.
All right. Zest easily crushes through. Quick PvPs, long PvPs, it's not a problem for him. So it's him and RagnaroK that are our survivors, the last two to make it into the round of 8, as we now go to the next level of the GSL.
This round of 8 bracket I think is really exciting. It's very cool. It's got a bunch of big names in there that you really expect to see, and then a couple of underdogs that are playing very, very well. So it's exactly the type of round of 8 I want to see.
Hello guys, we're going to have an interview with Zest, the last player to move on to the round of 8 from Group D. Congratulations. Thank you. And you are definitely the human counter to Deer. How do you feel right now?
일단
first of all,
연습하면서 푸푸전은 잘 돼가지고
I've practiced a lot of PvP
걱정 안
and
했는데
it went well. I wasn't worried at all.
스트레스 받아가지고
But when I was practicing against Zerg, I was
오늘
really
좀
stressed.
저것 때문에 좀
So today,
그렇게 좋지만은 않은
I
것
kind of had some trouble with
네,
Zerg.
저그전 스트레스를 말씀하셨지만
And you're talking about the
와,
stress
오늘
with the Zerg
백동준
matchup.
선수와의 경기는
But in the match
정말
against
신기하게
Deer,
저희가 지켜봤습니다.
it was so
오늘
so
승리로
amazing.
공유에서만 상대 전적이
And
세트
just in Legacy of the Void,
벌어졌습니다.
now it's the head-to-head record is 22-4, and it's in favor of
백동준
you.
선수가 경기하기 더 쉬운 점이라도 있을까요?
And what makes your match against Deer so easy?
일단 그냥 계속 이기다 보니까
Oh, you know, I just kept on winning against him.
뭔가 예상 플레이가 예상이
And I
돼가지고
can pretty much anticipate what it's gonna do now.
공격 올 거 같은 타이밍이
So I know when it's gonna offer an attack.
좀 마음이 좀 편했던 것
So I think I felt really comfortable.
오늘 대부분의 경기가 백동준 선수가 초중반
In
분위기를
most matches today,
첫 경기
Deer
때도
really had a
아크로폴리스
great game until the early mid phase of the
상당히
game.
위험한 승부수처럼 보였거든요. 당시 불리함으로 봤을 때 어느 정도의 가능성을 두고 그런 올인을 하셨었나요?
Why did you make the all-in play?
그러니까 제가 종종 쓰는 플레이인데 할 때마다 승률이 좋아가지고
You know, I use these all-in plays sometimes, and the win rate is pretty good.
파일런 시야에 그 아슬아슬하게 안 들켰더라고요.
And I looked at the replays, and then I realized the vision was kind of off from the pylon.
운이 따라서 그런 걸까요?
And you did say that
오늘
you were lucky today.
하시길 대기실에
Apparently, some staff members said that when you were entering the room for the final batch, you were smiling and being all happy.
심리적으로도 좀 영향이 있죠. 마음이 편하신가요?
Like, does this match against Deer make you happy?
동준이 만나서 마음 편한 것도 있는데.
Yes, I'm just happy when I play against him.
너무 안 좋아가지고 푸푸 말고는 이길 자신.
So far from me, apart from the PvP, I'm not all that confident.
것도 있는 것 같아요.
So I think that's why.
정말 큰일이네요. 사실 승자전 아쉬움이 많이
Well,
없는데
that's quite
신인범
unfortunate.
선수가 승리 후에 쿨 인터뷰를 하셨습니다. 패치 후에 밸런스가 적에게
RagnaroK has informed,
그것 때문에 좀 많이
has told us that the balance is kind of off right now with the new recent patch.
다 토스 만나고 싶어하는 거 보니까.
I feel like all the Zerg wants to go up against Protoss.
기울어진 것 같고 제가 지금 느낀 건데.
I just realized this now.
방태수 만날 바에 지금 김대엽 도우영 만나는 게 더 낫단 말이에요.
I think I'd rather, you
그
know.
정도로 좀 힘든 것 같아요.
I think it's
지금
the balance is
김대엽이랑
really
누가
off.
같다고요?
도우영이.
김도우
I think it's better to go up
선수가
against
왜
classic or
이소스를 떴죠?
stats.
그러니까 방태수가 저그라서
네.
그 정도로 저그전이 힘들.
Well, because
Tesu
Bang, I don't know what his in-game name is.
이런 뜻이셨네요.
Tesu, yeah. I'd rather play against classic or stats than Tesu.
선수입니다. 저그가 이렇게 힘들다고 하셨는데
And you're emphasizing on how hard it is to go up against Zerg.
정말 크나큰 8강 징크스가 있거든요.
Now you do have a round of 8 jinx. What do you feel?
그거 하나 믿고 있어요 지금. 다른 거는 못 믿겠고 지금 병렬이 8강 그거 하나만.
You know, I'm looking forward to going up against ROG in the round of 8.
주성우 선수의 8강 기대하고 계실 텐데요.
And we look forward to your round of 8 match. And before you go, any last message to your fans?
솔직히 1등으로 가나 2등으로 가나 지금
You know,
성주랑 병렬이라서
first place or second place, it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna play against Maru or Rog in round 4. But I did want to go up against. I did want to go first place
그런데
today.
뭐 비슷한 것 같아요. 그래가지고 뭐 일단 올라갔으니까.
But I did
준비 좀더
advance,
열심히 해가지고.
so I'm just gonna make thorough preparation for my
결승
round of
가야죠.
8
블리즈컨 갈 수 있거든요.
and try to go to the finals so that I can attend
네,
BlizzCon.
기대하고
Thank you.
있겠습니다. 다시 한번 진출
Once again,
축하드립니다.
congratulations on making it to round of 8.
이렇게 새 시즌 만에 8강에
So cool. Really
복귀하는
exciting to
지성
see how
선수
well Zest is
만나봤는데요.
playing.
오늘 경기 최종 정리
he's
확인해
in good
보시죠.
shape, looking strong. So, who ended up advancing today? Let's take a look. RagnaroK and Zest. Yeah, thought so. Pretty
Artosis
obvious
did
group.
it. I love watching Artosis bask in the glory of being right in predictions. Enjoy this moment, Artosis.
I will, as I enjoy all moments, Tasteless.
RagnaroK really killing it today. He is crushing Protoss.
Yeah, more like Throgrok.
More like Throgrok, am I right? But yeah, that was a great series. Everybody, guys, be safe outside. The Typhoon is now hitting Korea.
Look at the top side of the bracket and look at the bottom side. The bottom side is like, oh, is this a round of 16 group or a round of 32 group even from a couple seasons ago? And the top bracket is like, oh, we're in the top 4, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy what that looks like.
Yeah, I think there's a very high chance that whoever tears through the upper part of the bracket is going to win the whole thing.
Is this, but look, you put Maru in a finals? Like, I know he hasn't been as impressive lately. That's scary stuff.
So we're going to be back on Tuesday, by the way. There's been a schedule change. It'll be Dark versus TY and Keen versus Trap. Again, we are never on Tuesday, but Korean Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and we want to squeeze in the round of 8. We're going to do Tuesday and then Wednesday like we normally are on.
That's right. And,
so there'll be no Saturday cast. If you're watching this now, you're going to have to watch some other esport that Saturday. I know.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Painful.
Or you can always go back and watch an old VOD.
Yeah, or someone's stream, I guess.
Yeah.
Dark TY
Or
and
you can
Keen
read
Trap.
a book.
That's true. I like to do that.
You could go to
That's
the
fun.
park with your friends, throw a Frisbee around.
Well, it's raining today, Tasteless, so it might rain forever. Who knows?
Next week, yeah, that's true. That's true.
But those are two ridiculously strong and good matches. I can't wait to see what Keen is going to bring out. Obviously,
And
he's putting his
of
all
course,
into it.
we want to see if TY is going to win and prove that casters are the best players.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a real possibility.
So here's a calendar that we're showing you that also is missing Monday and Sunday. But if you look closer, you will see where the dates are and where you need to be.
Yeah. Tuesday and Wednesday. Definitely make sure you check that out. This is an exciting season. Obviously, we are still figuring out who is going to BlizzCon.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, we're gonna seal up a ton of opportunities coming up forward here. With each elimination, I think we are figuring out closer and closer to who has a shot.
And eventually, there's just going to be 2 guys left if we do this tournament correctly. And then we'll
Sometimes
make
we mess
them
it up,
face each other.
Yeah.
And then the guy who wins that becomes the champion of our tournament.
Yeah. And definitely some big repeat possibilities in there. I'm looking at Rogue as maybe a first-time champ finally.
It's kind of a toss-up here in Korea. Who's really the best?
Yeah.
I mean, for a while, it was very easy. It was just Maru, Maru, Maru.
Yeah. And then Dark.
Like the Brady Bunch,
last
Marsha,
season.
Marsha, Marsha.
But you look at this bracket, and it's like all 4 on the top look like they can really win it.
Yeah.
And Maru looks like he can really win it. And Trap, realistically, maybe.
We got
He's
some
playing
dark
really
horse
well.
players. I mean, RagnaroK and Keen. Let's see how far they can go.
Well, if one of them wins the tournament, that is unbelievably huge.
Oh, our heads will explode.
Especially if it's Keen. He's the real underdog here, I think, right? He's been around since the beginning, and he's never been able to do this yet.
I think he's the 6th most represented player in GSL history, but is finally now in the round of 8. That's so cool. Maybe he does something incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe he just dies immediately. I don't know. That's also
maybe Trap
that's also
just
very
throws him.
possible.
That's possible.
Yeah, this was fun. It was a good day.
Yeah, it was fun games. So I guess that's it. Make sure you tune in on Tuesday for our next GSL day.
Yeah. Join us on Tuesday, again, 6:30 p.m. KST, and then we'll be on the very next day like we normally are on Wednesday. If you're in the audience, hang on to your tickets. If they call your number, you can win a shirt or a photo album.
Yeah, and if this wasn't enough
GSL
StarCraft
photo album,
for you,
actually.
make sure you're checking out DreamHack Montreal.
Right.
That is, of course, the WCS circuit event, and that is going to lock up who is going for non-Koreans to BlizzCon. So that's very, very exciting.
We're almost about to close this chapter in 2019 and get a world champion.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys on Tuesday. We love you guys. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. Bye-bye.
This is my world.
Let's make it count.
I must practice tolerance.
Next, GSL Season 3. Reversal.